live in the mind of Shannon for a little bit of time.
No,
So
I did it.
The point of question is to enter each other's minds.
yeah, but the questions are coming from your mind, so
Oh,
we're
no,
going to step in there for.
Questions up. I mean, I'll read these questions and then I'll have come up with questions of my own. But I have 4 questions. You let me know when you want me to ask the first one.
Okay, I will keep you posted on that there. And I was going to say for Arthur, everybody here pretty much knows Shannon, but if you're wondering, what is it like to get into Shannon's mind? It's an adventure. It's a fun trip.
I love that you think
it's worth the price of admission.
Way more complicated.
We never know what's going to happen when we're in Shannon's mind. I'm just saying. You want to stick around for that for sure.
Either. I'm curious to find out what happens too.
There's something light of Pilsner. Yeah, Pilsner can work with definitely a good amount of food on the Chinese menu, I think, for sure.
As long as you guys don't ask
especially
me to look anything up today.
Well, it's still early.
Don't have me look anything up.
Like next time we get Chinese, we need to order something that we never do.
But if you go Chinese, if you went to
backups, we should still
just in case.
We should get
what's the
get a small of something else. Yeah.
What's the one chain Asian place?
Panda Express.
Not Benihana, not Panda Express.
Shogun.
That's a show, which I got to watch tomorrow.
Well, it's also used to be a restaurant.
Hibachi grill restaurant. Yeah.
It's not very original. That's why there's more than one. Yeah.
No, it's like it's a famous restaurant. It's all around. It's pretty much an Asian theme. No, it's not Benihana. No, but it's an Asian theme.
I'm glad you narrowed it down.
You're right.
It's a national chain. Like everybody knows it. If I say the name, you're gonna.
Or is it like a drive-through restaurant? Is it a sit-down restaurant?
Sit down.
A sit-down, and it's
Asian.
Do they?
That's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it.
Do they have hibachi?
No hibachi.
Okay. It's a sit-down restaurant. No hibachi. It's not Panda Express.
Didi said, "Is it something bowl?"
No.
I don't feel like we have.
Dang it. Trying to look on the thing here. P.F. Chang's.
Okay, yeah.
See, I think yeah.
We got one.
Me and Kylie went there for Mother's Day one time.
And I think
we don't have
their lettuce wraps would be good for a Pilsner.
Yes,
we got lettuce wraps.
They were really good.
Yeah.
Me and Kylie went for Mother's Day one time.
Yeah. It's not too far from down the street.
No.
Testify right order. Mexican meal last year. They sent me a bag of chips and salsa to be at the table. My order came in a brown grocery bag. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, it's like you get chips and salsa, and the chips are like feed them 4. Like you just wanted it for like think of it like a little appetizer because it's only like $3 or something, right? And it's like you get like all this stuff, chips and queso. It's like you get a bowl of queso. You go to Chipotle, you get a little cup of queso. You go to a Mexican restaurant, they're like, here's a whole bowl. Like, what is going on here?
I gotta say, Emerson, it kind of sounds like you ordered from my restaurant. Just saying. That's kind of what we send out too, and we do the brown grocery bags too. So.
No, and I love that because it soaks up the grease because the chips are fresh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all of our chips are made in house. So yeah.
So
stout with beef and oysters. I like that idea, Mr. B. Stout with the beef
really
and
good.
oyster sauce. That sounds really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Keg of dragon's milk while you batch deep frying foods. She's not even eating. She's just drinking the dragon's milk while she's deep frying.
I can't get through a whole keg of dragon's milk. I saw Chew do
dragons. It doesn't matter after that.
I saw Chew do 9 5-ounce samples at New Holland, and I had to roll that effort to the car. I'm not kidding. It was ridiculous. Like he was freaking gone. Oh, well, they were all 12 or higher for percentage.
Well,
so
okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's true. Yeah.
I love the place New Holland. I love Holland. Like that's
the town is cute.
That is in Holland, Michigan.
Yeah.
The town is cute with their little, you can walk around in the streets with your beer as long as it's in one of their specific plastic cups. It has to be in one of their special cups.
Yeah.
You can just wander around the streets with your beer. It's great.
I just
Speaking
love
of Asian beers, but on the craft side, if you haven't had any of the Hitachino beers, highly recommend checking out their stuff. They've got some pretty good flavors between the different styles they're doing out in Japan, but
How do you spell
great
that?
craft beer. It's HITACHINO, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have different ones, and I used to get them like where Todd's at, Jungle Gyms. They used to always get them in. I think here we get a few of their stuff in some of the spots I've been at, but very nice beers out of Japan that they put together. Kite rice lager with mandolin, more meat dishes and spicy. Red ale or IPA with Cantonese, more seafood dishes. There you go. You know, and Dee Dee's going to agree with me here. Dee Dee's going to agree with me. You can never have too much red ale. I'd love to see more breweries have red ales out there. Yeah.
100%.
I love that
yes.
little caramel type base to it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Mm. Which isn't it? Is it now that Nosferatu comes out usually? Or did they come out
Close
already?
Now, yeah. It's usually in the spring, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like, yeah, right before like the end of winter, beginning of spring or something, I believe. Because I think before Nosferatu is like the chill wave monster or whatever, and the other one stuff. So yeah.
A cute puppy.
Nice. Yeah, we have a blast on Thursday nights, Arthur. The
Mhm,
puppy.
For sure.
Actually, having a cigar with some pork pie. Oh, very nice.
Oh,
Fancy.
Say that's what I was gonna say. A little fancy there.
Fancy. I like it.
bougie.
Do you have the sweater on too by the fireplace? Just asking.
Gotta have the blanket with the kitty and the book, the whole works.
He's got the Hugh Hefner thing going. Well, not all the bad Hugh Hefner stuff, but just the Hugh Hefner relaxing stuff. Like as soon as Hugh Hefner dies,
don't ask how that man relaxed.
as soon as Hugh Hefner dies, all these stories come out. Like y'all couldn't have said it when he was alive. Like you know, you
Well,
can't
no.
defend yourself at this point.
Yeah, no.
Oh, but you were cashing the checks when he was alive. That's a whole different thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're like, I could be quiet and keep getting this check, or I could say something and he could destroy my life. So the lesser of the two evils.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of things being written or rewritten or however they're being done, I just started watching the Lakers series on HBO, Winning Time, because I had never watched it before. I never got around to it. I know they're taking liberties with some stuff, but it's just like some of the stuff is just like, man, if this person was like that way, that just totally changes my perception on some of the things.
I know.
I actually met Jerry West in college and got his autograph. He came to one of the events we were actually working at and talked to him for a bit. And no way would I think he was portrayed the way he was on this TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a little. I mean, it is John C. Reilly, so you know. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I can see the guy that does Magic kind of being that way. I can see the way guy does Kareem, Jamal Wilkes. I can see all them guys like that. I can see Norm Nixon having some stuff like that and everything. But so many other like Jerry Buss and then the different coaches they had. It was just it's kind of a crazy little show. I'm enjoying it because I like John C. Reilly. He's solid as Jerry Buss on there. But it's interesting.
have you got to has Larry Bird come in yet?
Yeah, so Larry Bird's come in now. I'm like
That
in
guy
the
does a
second
pretty good
season,
job
like
with
episode
that.
5. He does a pretty good, but I didn't realize Larry Bird's dad committed suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that and stuff. And I didn't realize he was going to Indiana at one point and dropped out before he went to Indiana State either.
Yeah, he went to Indiana for like 2 months, and then he said basketball wasn't for him, and then he transferred to Indiana State. And
Yeah.
rest and sister.
But
It's like, if Indiana had Larry Bird, then they'd have went undefeated probably like 2 more seasons.
Well, the funny thing is when he actually got pitched the guy from Indiana State to come there, and he actually shows up at the gym. He's just in jeans, and they're like, yes, he actually played in jeans when he did.
Did
Just
a
like,
game in jeans, yeah. In school, and
Larry
I'm like,
Bird.
all right.
But no, it's a pretty good show. Let's see, sounds good. Question night is always welcome, Vanessa says. We're going to start some questions here in a little bit. Cigar detail. So, Arthur, Vanessa actually used to hand roll cigars and stuff back in the day, so she's very interested in cigars as well. Sounds like fun. Ashton VSG. There you go, Vanessa. Cheers. Thank you. And see, Loey Poking another one. Yes, Mr. B, get some rest. Great to have you drop in. Actually, on this Saturday, I didn't announce this earlier, but this Saturday, I'll actually be teaming up with Joe on the Beer Patrol for a broadcast he's doing at 3:00 Eastern.
Oh,
So we're gonna be talking. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about the beers of February. So he did this with No Hype Beer Reviews for January. Asked me to do the one with him for February, which is great because I haven't had Joe on here. We haven't done anything together in a while, so it'd be a great
Oh, I
time.
love Joe.
Yeah. So make sure to check out the Beer Patrol, and if
Make
it's
sure
something where
it's
he's set up on here and I can stream back, I'll stream it to this channel as well too. But it'll be a good time.
You
It's
said
gonna be on
Saturday at
Coconut.
3.
Huh?
All
You say
coconut.
Saturday at 3.
Oh,
Sorry.
Joe's all about the coconut. Yeah, 3:00 Eastern on Saturday.
Yeah, we got a beer fest, so I won't be able to see it live. But
Yeah. But the good thing is with YouTube, you get the replay because it stays out there forever. Forever. I'm doing my Sandlot right now. If you've seen Sandlot, you know what I'm doing. If you didn't see it, I know what to tell you. Ever. Shannon's looking like she didn't see Sandlot, so she's kind of like a little lost
I'm
there.
just thinking, yes, quit reminding me that I will forever be online acting like a fool.
You're killing me,
Forever.
Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, some lady signed it. Baby Ruth.
yeah, Baby Ruth.
No, was it Ruth? No, yeah, was it Baby?
Yeah, he said some lady signed it. Baby Ruth. And they're like,
Baby.
Ruth,
Yep.
yeah.
Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth.
Yeah. The Great Bambino. The Sultan of SWAT. And they're like, you know her?
On and on.
Oh, I have 4 questions. And that's-
Oh, that is a great movie. That movie will be with me forever.
I like the puppy.
Something Bowl. No, it was PF Chang's. It was PF Chang's. We have one in Raleigh, been once, microwavable Chinese food by Mr.
can't
B. Yeah, you can get it at the grocery store now. Worked at a Chinese school over 2 months at Fort Worth. They needed ingredients, and I was the runner to collect them. Well, there you go. So you learn how to do Chinese food and stuff too, which doesn't surprise me. Like Vanessa can cook Chinese food probably. So
Vanessa can cook anything.
Tuesday and Thursday, pretty much, which is, if things go bad, we go to Vanessa's. Which, before I get into the question for Shannon, so now because I'm on that bandwagon, so now we're watching The Walking Dead. So now it's the Rick and Michonne series has started. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, if you're going to watch it, but it's kind of interesting how it actually does it. So I won't say anything to spoil people, but I'm like, but it was like, really? Like, how's that happen? But you'd have to watch to see. But
I just don't think they have any chemistry. I don't know how
Rick and Michonne?
Yeah.
Oh, they're pretty good together. I mean, they got a kid and everything now. So
Well,
I can't remember if Rick knows they have a kid.
I mean, on
They're two like,
yeah.
we're like two alphas, but
Yeah,
Spoiler
I just
alert.
don't see chemistry like on screen.
oh, sorry.
No,
Wait
it's
a minute,
okay.
have you-
I won't be watching that, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
still
then the summer, they showed the teaser. They got the summer coming back for Daryl's second season, where it's going to be the book of Carol. So Carol's going to be the focus on that one. There, looking for Daryl.
never been.
That's like Rick and
a
Carl.
Daryl either.
Yeah.
Well,
You
I'm
never been a fan of
Daryl,
Daryl? You said never a fan of Daryl?
No, Carol.
No, Carol.
Well, I'm
Oh,
Daryl.
Carol.
I'm with my brother
Daryl.
Daryl and my other brother Daryl, right? That one. That's the
Yeah.
Daryl.
Larry.
I just thought about that Carol and Daryl. Like, why do y'all got to sound alike?
Yeah,
It's
like I can pick out characters I disliked more on that show than the ones I liked.
I would say, yeah, because you really didn't like any of them.
But I liked the show up until they killed Carl, and maybe I'm just bitter over that. Maybe I did not like these people until after all
Here's the
that.
thing with Carl.
I liked Carl.
No,
People hated Carl until
no,
they
not
actually killed
Carl.
him.
The one that
Shane?
Carl?
No,
The little boy.
when I stopped watching it.
Glenn. She's talking about
Glenn.
Glenn.
Yeah, she loved Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they killed him off, she's like, I'm done, and didn't even watch it.
So my
No,
favorite was
I
Zombie
did
number
not trust
73. Zombie
Not
number
trusting these
73
people
was
with
my
my
absolute
emotions.
favorite. They really sold it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They only had one episode. I would come back, but
Yeah.
no.
Zombies don't last long. They don't last
No,
long.
Zombie number 73 rocked that shit.
Yeah.
Just-
Unless you were one of the early ones that Michonne had on the leash that she kept. So then you would have lasted for a few episodes.
Yeah.
Sam's in the house. Cheers, Sam. Happy Friday to you, my friend.
short and stout, like a little teacup. I'm a little teacup, short and stout.
Teapot.
Yes, teapot. Hey, I'm doing my best over here.
And for now on, and for now,
I'm okay.
and for now on, Sam, you will be referenced as Teapot. So there you go. You got a new nickname.
Sam the Teapot.
Here is
Larry Legend. I'm a Celtics fan. Oh, you're in Massachusetts. There you go. Larry Legend. Yeah. Yeah. Which I will say during the show, man, they didn't make. I mean, I know it's rough when you play in Boston anyway, but they did not make the Boston fans look good at all. I mean, come on. Storming the bus afterward. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Lovely day for a beer. Unfortunately, I'm at work, but you're going to be close to happy hour pretty soon because you're like ahead of us, like what, 15 hours or something. So
Almost
it's got to
there.
be approaching. Kinetic cut. Come, connect a cut.
Rhinosaurus.
Let's say this
Yeah.
properly. It is Connecticut. Just saying.
Foreigner comes to the country, like, what state is it? This is Connecticut cut.
I love
Connect
that.
I'm from
icon?
Illinois. Just saying.
I love that. That was freaking hilarious.
Like it was just.
I'm gonna have to connect the cut a mother. No, right.
It's a new way of saying shank somebody. I'm going to Connecticut.
Oh, how about a beer built in cigars? I don't usually pair beer with cigars. Well, with cigars,
I go with the stout.
for me, I would say stouts are kind of your key ones. A lot of them that go together. Some of the imperial type porters are actually good. Like the old Victoria C was a good one to have with cigars. But yeah, your stouts are usually a better play as far as beer styles, especially as you get into the imperial type levels. You don't want like the lighter, thinner ones on the base, but get up to like, 8, 9, 10, 15, the higher percentage ones. So, and you don't want it to be a dessert one because dessert was, you want to have them by themselves for the most part. But yeah, you can get some, or you get a Rouse beer, which is a smoked beer, which can really work well with a cigar.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that blew my mind. All right.
Yeah, you get yourself an X-Wing Curla.
So the next
Get
time
that
I get
cigar.
a Smoky, I need to get a Ralph beer.
Yeah.
I probably did.
And then you'll be sitting in front of the fireplace.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have a fireplace
If I
right
had one, this would be camping as well. That's the only place I get a fire. I'm not allowed to light fires in my house. So.
Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Drag is
You're
a milk
allowed,
stout.
not advised.
Yeah. Let's see here. The Beer Patrol in my beer poop patrol. I think.
Poo troll.
Aw.
Can't beat a barrel empty stout with a cigar. Yeah. Especially with the oak barreling from the barrel aging that takes place. So, yes, like Stanley Cups and World Series, or Dave, like any day for me. I mean, there's got to be a special one. Although I haven't had a cigar in a bit of time, I need to get a nice cigar. But the building we're in here, we can't smoke in this building where we're actually
I'm
at.
saying you don't have a balcony either, do you?
No, I miss the old deck, going out on the deck and be able to smoke a cigar, drink a beer, or going out back and stuff. But yeah, here it's like we're the high rise, so in the front it's just like road, right? Like the main road, and then in the back is like just a parking lot. Like you can't really sit out there and enjoy it. People keep coming in, opening and closing the door.
Do you
and-
guys have like a rooftop you can go up and sit on or anything, or no?
No, for as much as we pay, we should, but no, this is the one. Some of the apartment complexes around here do, but ours doesn't.
Okay.
That would be nice if they did. So
So, Rod, you just said in front of your high rise is a road. So I would call that a street if it was.
it's a street.
So, but like, do other people feel like you said road? I feel like road's like a country thing and streets like a city thing. But like, is that just the way my mind works, or do you think there's a difference between a road and a street?
I think in the city it's more street. It's just I lived in Kentucky for so long. I'm just saying road
So-
probably. So that's probably why. Like if I would have never went to Kentucky and lived all the number of years I lived down there, and I was just in New Jersey coming to Maryland, I would just probably say street. But I'm just so used to saying road.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's synonymous. But yeah.
A lot of cities use streets and avenues. Like that's how they
Mhm.
separate like
Yeah.
first, second, third, or First Avenue versus
Right.
First Street. But when you are talking about the roads that are thoroughfares that like go through several suburbs or go through the whole thing,
Yeah.
usually they'll say road or route or
Yeah.
bypass or whatever. But road you hear more often in rural areas than you do.
Yeah, because we live in a
See, you said route, and some people say route, and some say route.
And
So
some people say pecan, and some people say pecan, and then some people say crown, some people say crayon, some people
wait a
say
minute, what?
all kinds
What
of-
happened?
That's
What happened with
she
the
said.
what happened with the
Nobody
crown?
else
What
says
happened?
that.
What?
I never heard anybody say crayon with crown.
I want the blue crown.
You're the only one that says that. Nobody else says crown.
Oh,
Google
you
it.
say crown instead of crayon.
Yeah.
Crayon?
Oh,
crown.
okay. I've never heard anybody do that before. That's why.
I bet you have. You just didn't notice.
No, you probably have.
No.
I would have noticed
But
that.
one thing I have, so if you go on TikTok or YouTube, I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but I saw on TikTok earlier today. It's funny we're talking about pronunciations. Apparently, I did not know this, but in Baltimore, people in Baltimore have trouble saying the word brewery. And if you go on TikTok, they have troubles getting like the brewery. They have trouble getting to that part.
Yeah.
So if you look on TikTok, there's a bunch of videos where people in Baltimore are trying to say the word brewery, and they struggle with it. I never thought it was that hard of a word to actually say, but
Well, it
This
is.
one-
So I've talked to a lot of people who are English as a second language, and jewelry, drawer, brewery. All of those are very, very difficult words who have learned English as a second language because they don't have a sound like that in several Bulgarians. I've talked to Mexicans. I've talked to Scottish people who do speak English. They have trouble with some of those. So like the people I've talked to, the jewel, drawer,
mhm.
or like that where it's like a W or a weird thing in the middle of vowels.
Yeah,
It apparently is difficult for a lot of folks.
interested.
Yeah, I've run into that a bunch.
Let's see. Hang on.
I feel like Shannon's getting her mind blown right
No,
now.
I'm looking for. It says it's a thing, but I'm looking.
Yeah.
To read it. It says who says crayon like crown, and I need my glasses, and I'm thinking it might be a Southern thing.
Is it like washing, like
that way, but
like washing and wash?
Or
that's what
naked
you do.
instead of naked.
People in the South will say wash instead of wash.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can.
my dad and aunt and uncles and stuff, they all threw an R in there. Or change oral, got a R, wash my
Yeah.
clothes.
Let's
You
see.
know.
I grew
I'm like, how do you spell that?
I grew up saying Italian food.
Instead of Italian?
It's
Pajamas.
not Italian to me. It was Italian because that's what my granny said. She was from Arkansas, and she always said Italian, so that's what I said.
You tell me what? No, I went the Italian. What are you going to tell me? I went
Yeah,
Italian.
tell me already. Yeah, I tell you.
My friend shamed me out of it in middle school, so I had to say Italian after that. I wasn't allowed
Yeah.
to say Italian anymore.
You from Arkansas or Kansas? That's a whole different thing there. But
Oh, caramel and caramel is one. Says
But you
most
know
of the
what?
East Coast-
but
most
on
of-
caramel, but on caramel and caramel, there are different spellings for it. Some
Yeah.
will go CARAMEL and some will go
Well-
CARMEL.
Skip that
Yeah.
one. So then it says most of the crayon says most of the East Coast and some of the Midwest say
I want a crayon. I want a crayon royal. Can I get a crayon royal?
Midwest and West
Crayon
Coast
royal, yeah.
say crayon. Crayon. Nobody. That's me.
Just you made it yourself. Yeah.
Shannon, no one else is having this trouble. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's what
Oh,
makes
we
it
got
special. That's what
That's a good one, right? I'm gonna say it next time. Like, I want some crayon royal.
the next time we go to the bar. Can I get an order of a crayon royal with ginger?
Like what?
I love you bunches, darling, but that's not a thing.
I think I'm not the only one that it's on Google. Somebody else.
Ooh, yes, you're correct, Sam. Short beer would be good with a cigar as well.
Oh, yeah, it would.
All right, I'm gonna pop open that.
Serious note, that'd be a great show. Oh, I appreciate that, my friend. It'll be fun tomorrow. Oh, there we go. Let me pull you. Let me see what that one that is.
I've been
Hold
waiting
on.
to try this beer forever, and it actually was in our liquor store today. So
Ooh, Stump Coffee Stout.
Something.
I've heard it was really good.
Who's that from?
perennial arson.
Yeah,
ales.
well, I know that's going to be good.
Yeah. Actually, even it's even got the date on there.
Oh, nice. Well, the year.
I mean, like on their label, you don't usually see that very often.
True.
If it has perennial, it's just like sign me up. Sign me
Yeah.
up before
No,
you
I've
go
wanted to
go.
I've been wanting this for a long time, and
You didn't see that coming, Mal, did you?
You're such a wham.
I think
Hey, you
Ryan
got to
and
have
Joe-
faith. You got to have
I think
faith.
Joe
What?
had this one time, and I was like, where'd you get that from? He's like, we get them here. I'm like, so they
Yeah.
bypassed Indiana all the way to New York and distribution. He's like, yeah. I was like, I want because I think he was going to try to get it and send it to me because I couldn't get it. But then I found it today. I was like, oh, I got to get that.
Yeah, you got to love distribution.
Comes in at 11.5, I think is.
You know, as somebody who has a distributor, I'm sorry, you don't have to love distribution. They're bastards.
Well, it was sarcasm. It was sarcasm.
Yeah.
It was sarcasm. That was being played there. So,
They ain't delivering
but yeah,
It's terrible. And I can't
Yeah,
lift
this-
a tag into my car. I need help. I can't lift a tag into my car. I'm sorry. You employ people who can lift things. I can't lift things. I'm
all I got one question for the viewers.
Uh-oh.
I mean, if you're not here for this, I don't know what you're here for. You know, so, yeah.
It's not
I
playing
can
very
barely hear that.
Oh, it didn't play. Well, shit, that was a bad moment going.
I could
Kinda
barely
sounds like
do
hear
it
that.
now.
out.
It was a little Russell Crowe. Are you entertained? But I mean, if it didn't play, it didn't play.
No, I heard
Yeah.
sounds, but I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah, me too, Mel. I couldn't hear it either. Heard something, but I wasn't sure what it was.
You need your volume on your sound effects turned up.
Yeah, because you can barely hear that too.
I can barely
Yeah,
hear
I think some of them are just like
Not as loud.
turned
as that.
down a little bit. Yeah, as the other ones.
Come on, man.
I mean, I'm just dealing with the system I'm dealing with right now, you know. So, got to get these kids back in the fields working and get this shit up to speed. You know, get these Y's and Z's out there. You're the tech kids. Get the shit working right.
Yeah, and then we can have daylight savings time for them.
Yeah. Oh, that head disappeared quick. Well, that's
Yeah,
what she
dude,
said.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like,
Yeah. that head was going real fast.
You know, that sounds more like something that he would have said rather than she would have been like, okay, we're cool, right? Bye. And he's like, well, that disappeared fast. I feel like that's more of a guy thing to say than a girl thing. Just saying.
Well, if the girl had big dreams and the dreams kind of fell over, they weren't as big anymore now, I think.
I think you're stretching.
Oh, somebody's stretching.
Oh. Let's see. It says Americans can't even agree on how to pronounce crayon.
Why? Isn't it crayon?
It kind of sounds like it.
It's the yellow part says crown, but I don't see the yellow parts.
She said, "You hand me that blue crown." I'm like, "Crown."
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, if there's one country that's bastardized the American language or English language, it's America. So, yeah.
You know, I'm sorry.
Different parts of the country.
I think England did it wrong more than we did. I'm sorry. I think we're closer
I
to
mean,
the
Oh,
than
but
they
there
are.
was such a
You
black-
can't be. I mean, it is kind of named after them, so it's kind of like
I know.
they hold home field.
Honestly,
They
their
hold home field
slang-
advantage on it.
Their slang, their accents. I think they took it a whole new level than what we even remotely did. We weren't even close to that. Sorry, just saying.
Oh man, the funny thing is the different meanings we have in the different countries or stuff. Say,
Yes.
oh, that means something different over here. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
did not realize that.
My biggest thing is what they call cigarettes over there.
Oh.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
I mean, that's what they call them over
And I'm
there.
like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get you in some big fucking trouble
Yeah.
if you come over here.
But see,
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
here, But over here, that word meant a bundle of sticks. That's literally the meaning of that word, is a bundle of sticks. Like, it was meant for starting fires. I brought that to start this fire. That was what the word was.
And then
way
some
back.
hillbillies turned it into something else.
I don't know who changed it, but boy,
Well, not anybody
they
very
did a big old leap on that one. Because
Yeah.
bundle of
Yeah.
sticks to what that word is now, it's like, really? How? Okay, logic?
Let's see here. Vanessa says on the bench swings around the fire pit with cigar and dragon's milk. That would be good too. Next year,
Mhm.
going to finish my basement and make it my own cigar line. That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I put bourbon in my humidor sometimes instead of distilled water. Works well.
Huh.
Had not actually heard of that before, so that's
No, I
pretty
haven't
interesting. Yes, I dissociate road with rural areas. Yeah, I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
root means something different in
It's
Australia.
R-O-U-T-E. It's spelled differently. R-O-U-T-E is a root, as in a
Yeah,
road.
we don't
Root
know how
or-
to spell over here.
But
got
we have
tired of
rut.
trying
We
to
have
make-
rut if it's RUT.
Well, there's root too. Is R-O-T. Like,
Aw.
ROUT, Shani can say anything she
Thank you.
wants. Yeah. Oil and owl. Yeah, depending what part of the country you're in, that could be one too. You can have like a slang one there too.
That's a big mix-up, though. It'd be like, hey,
yeah.
put that oil in my car, or put that owl in
I
my
mean,
car. You could have a
we-
little
We
situation.
talked last week. I think it was last week on this show. We were talking about when I mentioned like the guys that would like smoke a cigarette and never drop the cigarette when they were talking. And that's like some parts of the country you go to and they're like Boomhauer. You're like, I have no idea. You're trying to catch every 3 words and try to piece it together because you can't even understand what's actually happening. You go down to Texas and Arkansas and some areas, you go to Oklahoma, you're like, I don't even know what he just said to me or whatever. Sounds like we just bought a mobile home, but I'm not sure if we did or not. I don't know. I don't know.
Love it. Love it.
You probably
That's like-
did. Just so you know. You probably did.
It was like talking to Brad Pitt when he's playing the gypsy in the movie there. It's like, I think we just made a deal on something. I'm not sure if we did or not, but it sounds like we did.
That's kind of like I was talking in Napoleon Dynamite when he's doing with me and he was like, what?
Grandma broke her coccyx.
Caucus. Napoleon Dynamite.
Broke her
And
coccyx.
grandma said, stop eating all her steaks.
That is the one movie that I'm like, that movie is so stupid. I will never like that movie. There's no way in hell.
Shannon,
And
Shannon, I'm with
love
you.
it. But I watched it and I'm like, this is the funniest movie I've literally.
It's so hilarious. It's so dumb. It's hilarious. Like some of the stuff there.
And every
Yeah.
time you watch it, you always see something else in it, and you're like, oh.
See, those are people that I would want to slap on an hourly basis, so I'm not as amused. I mean, they'll say a couple funny things, but mostly I really just want to slap them.
No, when he does something, he goes, fine, or something like that. Napoleon Dynamite does. Yeah.
I know.
He's
And
like,
I
come
don't
on,
know-
Napoleon, give me a tot. No, they're mine.
I don't put up with my employees doing that. Nah.
Like, I'm ashamed. I find it so funny, but I find it funny.
It's hilarious. It's well written. It's just something that just is that kind of subtle comedy that comes through, and you think about it later. And it just keeps hitting you every time you go back and see it there.
I think that movie cost them like $15,000
But
to
they
make
did
or
it in
something
a way
like
that it's like, we know this movie is stupid, and we know you know this movie is stupid, but we're going to take it right up to the line where it's not too stupid.
Yeah.
And I think
We're gonna tickle your sense of humor with it. It's stupid, and you're gonna know it's stupid, but you're still gonna laugh.
one of the funny
Well,
parts
I
is
like. Go
when he's
ahead.
selling the Tupperware, and he's like, it's
Oh.
indestructible, and then he puts it under his tire, and he rolls over his van, and it just shatters, and he just pulls off.
Takes off.
Wheels like,
But the funny, it's like, Patrick Mahomes has won 3 Super Bowls now, and it's all these videos online. They compare him to Uncle Rico throwing the football, and you see Patrick Mahomes doing the same moves in the
Yes.
game, and it's just
yes.
it's like, is nobody going to say that Patrick Mahomes is just Uncle Rico who made it big?
What I love about Patrick Mahomes is he's super, super talented, but he's super, super awkward. Not
Kind of
in his
awkward
game.
presence around. You think awkward presence around him?
Yeah, just like his walk and his talk are
And
kind
his
of
talk-
awkward.
his
Yeah.
talk is
But he's
weird.
so talented, and it's just like you accept that. You love that awkwardness about him. But it's
Well,
like,
shit, State Farm loves it for sure. Much we
Yeah.
see him on TV. Yeah,
okay.
making some dollars. They said insurance or insurance? Insurance.
Right, yes.
Insurance.
Big one for me as an Aussie listening to American is aluminum or aluminium. So
Aluminium. Yeah.
yeah. But see, in America, it's aluminum.
Aluminum.
And people from other countries are like, "You're not pronouncing that right." Like, no, that's how we pronounce. How we've always learned it over here. Well, you learned it wrong. So
It's
But
yeah.
there's
Yeah,
no
it sounds like
E
they
in there
added
to make
letters.
the Q long.
You said what,
There would
Shannon?
be at the end of it, it would be aluminium. Or it'd be aluminium. I don't
Was
know.
aluminium? Is that aluminium the way it is there? But aluminum is how we pronounce it.
We got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, it is Lent, so fish fry is tomorrow.
It's centrifugal and centrifugal. It's caterpillar and caterpillar.
It's not centrifugal.
Centrifugal versus centrifugal.
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 I know some people say centrifugal out there for sure. I bet that's the case.
The rhinoceros.
I just like when people say, when people can't figure the word out, they're trying to do it. And they're just like they just say a whole different word because they can't figure out the other word.
I do that sometimes.
Insurance
Especially
Dave,
when
don't
I
be
can't
crazy.
figure out how to spell it.
That's,
I'm like,
that's
shit,
literally how
I
my
can't.
husband lives his life.
It works out in the end. Works out.
Oh, wish you were beer in the house. Cheers. Great to see you, my friend. Another great channel. If you haven't checked them out, check out their podcast as well. Always doing some good things. When I hear someone from that South say oil, sounds like Al. Yeah. Well, that accent, depending on what state they're from, right?
I don't think I mispronounced oil.
I feel like that's more of an older generation thing.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
Or they say instead of oil, they say Earl.
yeah, you throw an R in there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know anything about Earl, but I thought there was
Well,
an oil well around here.
They say wash instead of wash, like wash.
Yeah.
Wash. Like, there's
No, my biggest one is they say naked instead of naked. Naked.
Naked. NEKKID. Naked. They're naked.
How often does that come up in conversation, though? If it comes
More
up
than
too
you would
often,
think.
you have something
More
else
than
to
you would
worry about.
think.
You say it?
No,
No.
I say naked.
But remember that time
That's
when we were
what
15 and we went skinny dipping and you were naked?
But we know what we
Naked
mean.
time.
You know, I mean, who's going to be the asshole that says, "Do you mean naked?" Who's going to be the asshole that says that? Like, you know what they mean when they say
The
naked.
asshole who ain't getting any is
Yeah.
the one saying that.
Well, I mean, fair enough, but yeah.
Oh,
All right,
let
boys.
me see.
I need to get myself another beer.
All right. I'm going to actually crack one open here in a second, but get some of these comments. Vanessa, local dialects, offline until someone pokes your eye out, right?
Yes.
I say crown for crayon.
See,
There you
there
go.
Yeah.
See, so it's not just Shannon.
I knew it wasn't. You all thought it was just me, but I knew it wasn't.
Todd said it was just you. I had no dog in the race on that one. I had no idea what was happening.
Well, she's
I'm
the
over
only one I've heard say that. So,
I'm over it.
I'm just wondering if we can go the other way. If I go and say, "Can I get a crayon with ginger?" They'll be like, "Oh, a crayon with ginger." Yeah, and they'll go in and make it. I might try that at a bar just to see if it works.
It's a synonym. It's a synonym. There's more than one meaning for the same word.
Not crayon and crown, though. They're the same thing.
No, but if you go and you say, "I want a crown," and you think somebody's going to bring you a crayon. Anyway,
That would be funny. That would be funny if they did bring a crayon, though. But like, what do you say? Like, I ordered a crown. Well, I thought you said crayon. Like, why do you have a crayon in a bar anyway?
Be like, "How'd you get this job, buddy?"
I'm with Shane tomorrow, another great dude. Yes. So tomorrow on Shane's interview channel, he will have Sam on there. So that'll be at 7:00 Eastern. So that'd be a good one to tune in as well. Who's that? That's live. That's Shane Live Drinks with Shane, I believe, is the channel he has when he does the live streams. Vanessa, true story. Daylight saving time, March 10th, the day after my birthday. Wait a minute, is that right? Is it March 10th this year?
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, because it's Sunday morning. So yeah, March 9th is mine. March 8th is Mal's. So we'll have to do like a birthday show. Like
Yeah, it'd be fun.
yeah, next week will be like a birthday thing that we'll have for us because that'll be the day before yours and 2 days before mine. So
Yay.
yeah, police or police or popo.
Oh, it's police or police.
Police or
Police.
police?
It's the police.
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 It's the popo.
Cheers.
It's a popo.
All right, wish you a beer. Cheers, my friend. That's what I said, popo.
Popo. Yeah.
Americans have a problem saying the alphabet. There's only one R, not R. R?
Alright.
Ra? Conversations up in
S
Maine.
comes after R, not Ra.
Yeah.
Rah, rah. What's up, Josh? Cheers. Malta gentleman in the house.
Hi.
Great channel. Check out Josh too. Vanessa Centripetal. I don't even see Centripetal. Now you're just putting words together.
No, that's okay.
I know. I'm just saying.
Centripetal.
Yeah. Well, see,
Centripetal.
we're here.
or Centripetal.
And
It looks
Vanessa's
like
up here.
Centripetal, but it's centripetal. Fuck, I don't even care anymore.
I know Reby Jackson did Centipede back in the day. That was a song.
There we go.
Made it Billboard top 10, I think.
That
something.
was the thing. I saw that and I was like, that's a lyric in a song. I can't remember. There's
Oh,
mom. Mama
what's
here.
happening, Peggy? Cheers.
Mama.
Peggy. I believe you, Shannon, but I say crayon.
Hey, that's all hey.
Birthday show. Yeah, next Thursday will be like a birthday type show there.
Yay.
Which we could decide we do like a St. Patty's Day. When's St. Patty's Day? Because that'll be another thing upcoming in March.
17?
So that'd be the week after. It'd be like a St. Patty's type thing.
Yeah.
We'd get like
there's-
Irish stouts or something.
I feel like it falls on a Sunday this year, if I remember
It is,
correctly.
yeah, it is a Sunday.
Yeah. Oil and pronounce it
Oily.
oil,
Let's just do-
oily.
Oily.
I mean, that's like an after thing. Like that's oily,
Well,
but it's not oil.
yeah, I mean,
I
I guess
don't think I can pronounce what he wrote.
Tried to get a rapper. Ooh wee wee.
Hey,
Ooh wee wee. That was like Greg Nice. Ooh wee wee.
like
Teaching math, one finds a great many words to say that can be difficult. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yes, like add. Add is very difficult.
and yeah, minus track.
Smoked corned beef for St. Patty's.
Adding,
There you go.
adding to add is difficult. Not saying it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, patty wagon is patty wagon is actually a word that's considered to be bad. Did you know that?
Yeah,
That
it's
was
a-
something learned out later in life.
that's a
Patty
popo
wagon is like a
truck.
bad word.
It's a popo van.
It's a popo.
Yeah, but it used to go around and pick up Irish, like back when it was old Irish were being against
No,
the country. Like
Paddy wagon was when all the police in Chicago were Irish. It was a paddy wagon coming to pick up everybody.
but it used to pick. But the paddy wagon came from them picking up Irish people. Is the history
Sorry,
that I've heard of the
all
paddy wagon.
were Irish. They weren't
Until the
picking up
Irish
any Irish
people-
I don't know.
You know
I'm
what?
just saying there's I have some Irish friends that talk about Irish, that word being a word that's not as well respected because of that. But
See,
I'm
heard
not
that
Irish, I know.
the car that was
I have friends that were gypsies that talk about some of the words that we use in our vernacular, like gyp
Yeah.
and stuff like that are
Yeah.
bad too. So you just
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know these different words that are out there.
My
If I could
best
be
friend is a
anything, I
gypsy
would be a
with that.
gypsy. I want to be a gypsy.
Why gypsy?
I think
Because
you like to wash too much.
No, the gypsies just go
you're
around.
around and wandering.
I mean, I know you kind of.
I think you want to be more of a nomad because like a lot of the gypsies are based out of a region in Europe, I believe, right?
Hey, I'm just saying that this is what I wish I'm not, I just I like their don't give a shitness about anybody else.
Well, I think you're saying it's because they're there one day and the next day they're moving.
Yeah,
on
but
to
I do
something
know that they
else or
steal and they
whatever.
were thieves. I don't want to do that, but
So my
Well, I wouldn't say any wrong doing that either.
my
they did. They fooled people. They played
Well,
jokes
not
on
all of
people.
not all of them, not all.
so
Go
some
ahead.
of them found a way to function in the world that would not accept them, And the
Mhm.
way that they could function was to steal from people because nobody would sell them anything. Nobody would deal with them. So they had
They
to
were
steal to
gypsy.
survive. Now, my
Yeah.
best friend is Romanian gypsy
Right.
and German. So she has both, two sides, but she's Romanian gypsy. And they did have a homeland that was specific
Right.
to that tribe of people, but they got displaced so many times that it's just like they don't have a homeland anymore. The idea is they always travel. But
Right.
yeah, so they stole to survive. They were getting screwed by everybody. So
But they also,
I kind of
feel
can't
like
hate them
they,
for the stealing.
no,
get
but
it.
I feel like they all had like, they were all in a bad situation and they stuck together with this group. So they had like this, they had like this place like that with these people and they were bonded by that. And they stuck together, but then they traveled and made life work. But they also had a really happy life because they had each other.
Well, they
You
were
know.
refugees. They got forced out. They were
Oh,
refugees.
yeah. But
Yeah.
they were forced out. But I feel like when I think of gypsies, I don't think that they were bitter or anything. They just were like, okay, this sucks. But then they just stuck together and then
Well, there was a
went
little bitterness, I think.
There was some
Well,
bitterness.
yeah.
There was some. Yeah. There was.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the stealing part. You know?
I mean, they did what they had to do, but if you look into the, I mean,
I feel like y'all are trying to talk
you go back into you go back to the history of this country, and like every group has done some stuff they probably should have done, right? So you got like
Yeah.
you go back and you look at the history stuff on the History Channel with the building of America. There was some dirty ass shit being done by Carnegie and Rockefeller and all of them, and
Oh, yes.
all across the board and stuff. I mean, we don't have NASCAR if we don't have bootlegging, right? So you don't have some of these other things that are out there that
Rod,
That's true.
people
I
were
just-
doing stuff.
I just want to be me.
There you go. That's always the dream, right? That's the American dream. I just want to be me.
That's
I
funny.
mean-
A second ago, you said you wanted to be a gypsy. So.
I know you all talked
Yeah.
me out of it.
Yeah.
Though. You talked me out of wanting to be a gypsy,
Now you
so
just
now
wanna
I'm
be
just
you.
like, I'm just gonna be me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to tell y'all my beer because it's also from Shane that he sent to me. It's Muskoka Brewery Cream Ale. They started in 1996, apparently. It's 5%, and everything is in English and French on the can. So that's fun because it's Ontario, Canada. Yay!
There you go.
Meat.
Well, as Mal is going low, I'm going high like Todd. I'm going to drink Central Wooders and the Pecan Kringle Stout. Pecan Kringle.
Ooh, that's so
12.3 malt
Speaking
beverage
of
aged in bourbon with natural flavor. What the hell is natural flavor?
right.
It's the beaver juice.
The beaver juice.
Right.
Whoa,
Right, man.
whoa, whoa.
Guys, did you hear about that?
Beaver
No,
juice.
whenever something is
Wait now, it's not past 10
no,
o'clock yet. You
there's
can't say
an
that.
actual thing here. Hold on, you gotta hold on. Whenever something is raspberry flavored and it says it has natural flavoring, there is a liquid that is secreted by beavers that is used to create a raspberry flavor without using raspberries. It's a lot cheaper, apparently. So there is a natural flavor that is literally beaver anal gland juice that creates raspberry flavors. Just saying. So natural flavors can include beaver anal juice. Just saying.
I just threw it in my mouth.
Emotional, damn it.
I learned that looking up stuff for my trivia because I used to run trivia. I learned that and I went, I will never eat anything raspberry flavored again, apparently.
Beaver juice.
Well,
Hmm.
Rod, you were talking about natural flavors. I had natural and artificial flavors in
Woo!
this bad boy, so you know it's a
Baby
double whammy.
banana.
It was a double whammy.
Natural and artificial. You're playing both sides of the fence there.
Right? Like, what do you mean?
Don't tell Shannon.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh. Mm. Sweet molasses. That's good. Central Wooders does some pretty good beers. They're down in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rob,
if you see their brews, pick them up. Everything I have for them has been pretty solid.
I got 4 questions, and it's 9:30, so I don't know how many questions you want to get to, but
All right, well, let me get through the rest of these comments real quick, and then we can do the questions there. Peggy said hi to Vanessa. Arthur said, "You guys know what a packy is?"
Oh,
I just know the
Lord.
packy for the treat like around New Orleans time when they do the packy. That's like a little pastry, but
Well, that's what they used to call the Packard too, right? The car, long time ago.
Unless he caught the dictionary episode a couple weeks ago,
I
you
think
know.
it's
No,
back.
I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking it up.
what was the word? What was that word? What was that word from a couple weeks ago? Yeah.
Mal's already instantly turning red.
Oh, there you go, Emerson. Well, that's like the thing that they did a thing where they went around and they were asking some of the Mexican people if they were offended by when they saw Americans wearing sombreros, right? And a lot of them were saying they weren't. So I don't know. It is what it is.
It's appropriation, sir. Please. No,
That's what some people took. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a
the
black guy in
Mexicans
America.
won't be making them to be able to sell to the Americans to make money. So,
No, Shannon. Everything is made in China. We know this.
Pretty much.
I mean, I feel like, okay.
that is
We'll go with your
true.
story. We'll go with
Right
your
there.
story.
Like, write it on the screen. Truth.
No, I mean, so I don't know. It is what it is. I don't get caught up in that stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. We gotta
Package
protect
store,
our
liquor stores.
without hurting
That
them.
is a really good cream ale, by the way.
Oh, nice.
That's really nice. Has a little bite on the end. That's pretty.
So with the package, is a package store, liquor store. All liquor bought had to be in a bag. That's what packing means, because Vanessa said that, and Arthur
Ah.
Funny that
said
she brought that
you're
up, 'cause
correct.
Rod, you remember John? He always called it a package store.
I thought he called it
Yeah.
a box store.
No, it was called a package store.
Oh, yeah.
He's the only
Yeah.
one who they always just called it a package
I'm
store.
like,
right?
But I think any store you go to has to be in a bag. I mean,
there's a package store, but
yeah.
But I mean, that's
But
what
you
they
know, yeah.
always called
and
it,
you
was a
knew what he
package
meant when he
store,
said
yeah.
it, so then there we go. We're good.
But I
Yeah.
think when he was talking package store, I think he always meant like the liquor store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He did, and that you knew what he said
Well,
it.
yeah.
You didn't understand where it came from, but you knew what he's talking about.
Monty Python Holy Grail was incorrect.
I'm wrong.
That was in Patty Wagon. They guess they had a scene there with the Patty Wagon. I didn't go back and watch Holy Grail there.
Well, the car that came in, that was an ambulance. So that's okay.
Yes.
Did they call it a paddy wagon in that movie? I thought I knew every line in that movie. All right.
Apparently, Dee Dee's got you now. I have to go back. I haven't watched it in a while to see it
No, I'm
again.
gonna have to watch
Either.
it again.
Another classic movie to watch. The
Killer
Killer
Bunny.
Bunny.
Yes, he's got big pointy teeth.
Beaver juice. Yeah. Now that'll be stuck in people's head. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you Google raspberry beaver juice, as weird as that
I wonder if beaver juice gives you a different definition on Urban Dictionary.
additive that
Oh,
they
I was
do
gonna say,
we
for
are not
flavoring.
going to the urban
I was gonna say, be
dictionary.
careful.
Look at Urban Dictionary and see what it says for beaver. See if it gives you something different.
No,
Come
Google.
on.
Google.
Come on. It'll be fun. It'll be
Do
fun.
it.
I
Do
looked up from last time. No, I don't see Urban Dictionary ever again. I learned my
See how
lesson.
funny it is,
Whenever you
Ron.
bring up that
Fuck.
shit, instantly starts turning red.
You guys
Urban
suck.
Dictionary. Whoop, there goes the redness in her face.
Oh, poor Mal.
No, here when they had
Emotional
me on the Urban Dictionary with the traffic
Emotional
cone or
damage
something
is
like
right.
that, and I was like,
Oh,
that was
she'll never be the same again. Oh, it can be created. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
From me first.
Questions. Some information should not be said. I guess there is some truth to being shit-faced from drink beer beetle ants.
exactly.
We went from the beaver to the beetle now.
Exactly.
Well, you know, blue and
That gives
green
them-
eye makeup used to be made out of beetle.
Beaver fur gauntlet mittens.
That sounds warm and cozy.
Yeah, not for the beaver.
No, he's less cozy.
All right, Shannon, where's the questions?
Okay, Rod. So I have 4 questions, and Rod, you get to pick number 1 You go first. Pick
Urban
number
Dictionary
one.
question hour. Are we doing
Yes.
Urban Dictionary? It's like Urban Dictionary.
Question
No.
now. Yes, it can't be.
No, it cannot be because of the hits.
Mal's out. She's like, I'm off. What?
Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Rod, pick a number between 1 through 4.
Number 3.
What movie have you seen the most times? This is the lamest question. All of them, but
What movie have I seen the most
what movie
times?
have you seen the most times?
Most times.
Jesus. I feel like it's either going to be Jaws, Goodfellas, Josie Wales, or Tombstone. I feel like
Pick
those are
one,
probably the ones
Rod.
I've seen the most.
Pick one.
Probably
can't
Jaws,
fact
because
check.
Jaws is the oldest one. I've probably seen that the
Jaws.
most times.
All right.
Yeah.
Mal, what's the movie you've seen the most times?
So for me, to narrow it down, it would be Labyrinth with David Bowie
Yes.
or Adam's Family Values.
All
I
right.
think I've probably seen Labyrinth more though.
All right.
Labyrinth.
I have
I
a
love that
follow-up
movie.
question. Now, I'm gonna
I was gonna marry the Goblin
no,
King.
no,
I was
Mal.
totally gonna marry the Goblin King.
No, Mal, I have a question for you because today I was thinking.
Well, Todd has answered a question too before you go to another
I know,
question.
but I'm going to forget if I don't ask her. This is a follow-up
Let
question.
her go, Rod. Just let her go.
So I was like, my 2 favorite movies growing up was Labyrinth and The Never-Ending Story.
Me too.
And then I'm like, but which one? It took me
Labyrinth.
about 5. Labyrinth, I was like, yeah, Labyrinth is over
It's the winner.
Never-Ending Story.
Yeah.
But they
The
were
Never
both
Ending Story was
solid.
fucking great.
Yeah.
Gotta say.
Okay. All right, Todd, what's your most
Inconceivable. Oh,
Inconceivable.
that was Princess Bride. That was Princess
Yeah.
Bride. Yeah. Yeah. My bad.
Mine's probably.
I think I know yours, but you're gonna forget about this movie.
She's all in your head,
I
son.
guess I did, I don't know.
Well, tell me what your answer is.
I would say it's probably Tombstone, followed closely by maybe Good Will Hunting.
Oh.
I feel like yours should be The Christmas Story.
That's just old. I mean, yeah, I probably have seen that one as many as any other.
Maybe
That's-
not on
We see it
purpose,
every
but-
year.
Yeah.
I think my movie, start to finish,
I wouldn't count that one though. Really,
that I've watched on purpose over and over again would be Twister.
Really? You know, there's a new Twister coming out, right?
No, I'm
That's why I
so
told her, like, we're
excited.
going to
Shannon.
see that. She's like,
Shannon.
No,
Cow.
I'm like, we're gonna go to the drive-in and see it because
I
when it
feel
came
like
out-
that.
when the
Shannon,
first
still-
Twister came
Cow.
out. I
I
saw
think
it in the
I think it's the same. I think it's the same cow.
Moo.
I saw that. I'm not saying it's the best cinematic thing out there, but
They tied themselves to a pipe and didn't die from all the shrapnel. Yeah, just
Is the
saying.
new one just a remake or is it like a?
No,
Oh,
it's like a different. It's a different storyline. I think either it's them. It's either them younger or someone that. I know. It's after because they're doing. I think it's after.
I had somebody talking in my ear the whole time.
Hey, that 40-year-old man was very interested in that 17-year-old girl. I'm sorry.
Emotional
That's just how it is in
damage.
Labyrinth.
Yes.
I think this one is later on from
Okay.
the trailer that I saw, but
Okay.
kind of like if some other people to take up from what they had done. I think it might be their
Yes.
kids or it might be their kids or something that
Yeah,
are
it's
doing
not
it
a
now or
remake.
something.
I wasn't sure if it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Shannon,
Super excited. My best friend
Shannon.
from high school, she sent me the trailer and she said, because I like made her watch it all the time, made all my friends watch it all the time in high school. And yeah, and Heather sent me the trailer and she says, "You're on your own this time." Because I made her watch the original one so many times.
Shannon, you remind me of the Babe. With the power,
The Power, the Babe. I know there's a song about him.
with voodoo.
Yes, the voodoo with the,
Yeah, you remind me of the Babe with the power of voodoo. Just saying.
yes.
Okay.
I'm like
got
the
there.
dude and the babe. because Rod said I remind him of the dude from Big Lebowski, and your mic's off, Rod.
Yeah, we lost your sound. Party!
Testing. Yes, they can't hear you.
This is
We knew that. Yes, you're right.
Actually, we're pretty good at reading lips. You're probably fine.
No captions needed on that
he's
one.
very he's enunciating his words very well.
Yeah.
Unplug it in, plug it back in. It'll all be better. Unplug it in and plug it back in.
Can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Loud noises! Oh, sorry. Anchorman moment. I'm good.
No, you're good.
Oh yeah, yes.
Steve
not even
Carell
trying
and
to
Anchorman
fix
was
it.
amazing, by the way.
Rod, you got to try.
Anchorman was good.
I'm just screwing with you.
He's unplugged.
Like MTV Unplugged, like that.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
version.
no, he needs to go to the circuit box and turn it off and turn it back on.
He's gonna have a slow version of Layla coming out here in a second.
Love
Clapton
that
style.
song. But Eric
Me
Clapton.
too.
Layla. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there
See,
he went.
now he's unplugging it and he's plugging it back in.
Bye,
Okay,
Rod. We'll
Mal.
miss you.
I mean, it could be because he's on. Well, I mean, that's because he just went away.
All right,
He's on-
so we're gonna
Shannon,
go.
start your next question.
Yes, but you have to pick a number between 1 through. You have to pick 1, 2, or 4.
I pick 1.
Okay. If you were giving a presentation, what would the topic be?
Jazz music
All right. All right.
or beer. I mean, it's one of those two.
Yeah.
But my senior project was a live presentation about the life and existence of Billie Holiday, and I had a 15-piece jazz band backing me up, and I sang 8 of her songs.
Well,
It
there
was
you
the
go.
best moment in my life to have a live jazz band while I sang Billie
I
Holiday
bet.
music. So I would do that again in a heartbeat, no question.
I like that answer. What would yours be, Todd?
presentation on
You hear
something.
me now? You hear me now? This is-
So, did you hear the next question, Rod?
I had to go back in there to update and kind of screw my mic up. No, I heard Mal answer jazz or something, but
So the question is, if you were giving a presentation, what would the topic be?
a presentation, what would the topic be?
The dangers of drinking.
Wait a minute. There's dangers? Wait a
Yeah, that's
second.
That
Liver
is-
health. Liver health. Do a presentation on liver health.
It- It'd probably just be you. I don't get caught up in all the fake stuff that people try to do to be somebody else.
So your presentation would be on you?
No, we just be you. Like be who
Oh,
you
just
are. Don't
be-
try to be other people.
I think he said his
Nice.
presentation would be on you.
Yeah.
Just be Shannon. Just be Shannon. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Not on me.
That's what, no, that's what I thought he said at first.
Hey,
That
life
it
goals.
would be a very complicated topic.
No,
Oh, you
life
be
goals.
confused
Just be
every
Shannon.
day. Every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
footnotes for that.
Just be Shannon.
That should be a TV show. Just be Shannon.
What would
That would be
Shannon
pretty
I don't-
good. That'd be
I don't
I
think
need a little
Be good
fish on the
sitcom.
bar. What would Shannon do?
No. What would she,
Ooh.
no, nothing would ever get done in the world.
WWSD. WWSD. There you go.
What would Shannon do?
It'd be
Oh
like,
yeah.
Shannon's tired. She's going to bed.
Like season over. One
Season-
episode.
We
Yeah.
should start asking questions and hashtagging WWSD. And people are like, what is that? Well, it'd be what would Shannon do? And then they'll start taking over the internet.
Like, Shannon,
I'm willing to bet there's a hashtag of that already, and it was somebody else's name in there already.
Well, they're not Shannon, so they don't matter.
No,
That's right. Doesn't
it don't
count.
matter. No.
Did
Is
she
coming
disappear
back?
with the questions?
She's walking around
Todd,
looking
what
for
would be
something.
your topic? What would Todd-
ADHD's
Oh.
kicking in.
Todd still has to answer.
Todd,
It never not kick. Never,
Yeah.
never, never,
Todd-
never
Todd's-
stops.
Todd's topic.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for a place to plug this in. I'm
Oh.
listening.
Well,
What
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Wow.
Mine would probably be sports.
Sports.
Yeah.
Is it baseball?
Probably baseball for the most part. Baseball, yes.
But see, I think you would start with sports, but it would
No, it'd be a broad range.
it
but
wouldn't
it'd
be
be
about
like
it would
be the main topic. Would be
it would
baseball.
go out, branch out into the way teammates feel about each other and how they support
Well,
each
I
other.
mean,
Yeah.
that could be part of it.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it. I think my topic would be empathy. Would be my topic. Empathy.
Good choice.
That would make sense for you. Yeah.
A lot of people need more of it.
Yeah, it's just like just because somebody's doing something you don't agree with, you got to put yourself in their shoes and be like, well, maybe we can try to understand why that happened to them and why they're doing those things instead of
Yeah.
just judging all the time. Maybe like
Yeah.
think of it from somebody else's point of view besides your own.
Nice.
You know,
There you go.
Good choice.
Let me get some of these comments here.
Yes.
Vanessa said Singing in the Rain from the 1960s would be her favorite movie, which I know what it is, Vanessa, though,
not
too.
your
So
favorite movie, the movie you've seen the most times.
Singing in the Rain. Okay, that's right. Yeah. Dee Dee said Godfather 1 and 2 because he always watches them together.
Nice.
That's a good amount of time there to watch both of those. That's 6 hours right
That
there.
sounds like my brother because he's watched both of those like a bazillion times.
Yeah. But no Godfather 3, huh? Just gonna cut that loose like Rocky 5. We don't need to see that. Just act like it didn't happen.
Nothing to see here.
There's so many hours in the day. You can't get through all three of them.
Cheers, gang. What is up, Trez? I didn't get a chance to get you in there earlier. Cheers, homie. Welcome, Trez from Dee Dee. Inception, a fun one and over. That's a good movie to watch.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, the Dee Dee also, because Dee Dee was like back in the day, like me, Kung Fu. What about The Boy with the Golden Arm? That's probably the most watched Kung Fu flick I think I've seen.
Oh no, Drunken
Yeah,
Master.
audio was out. Legend of Drunken Master with Jackie Chan. I've seen that.
I
one.
love that movie.
I did talk on the Hypercube of Monkeys and the Masters and Yes, I remember the Hypercube.
I want to know what a hypercube of monkeys is because I'm picturing a barrel and I don't think that's right.
Barrel
I'm thinking a bunch
yeah.
of panic
Wasn't that a
monkeys
game
that
too
are
when we were
around.
kids? Wasn't that a toy when we were kids, a barrel of
Well,
monkeys?
You
Yeah.
hang them as far as you can off the table before they fall down.
hmm I do it on finger paint, and man, I miss those days. Milk, cookies, and soft blue matte. Get some Z's on. There you go.
Aren't you
Like
retired?
nap
You
time.
can still do that.
Like,
The John Wick movies are the John Wick movies are great for binge watching. I've seen them all now. I've seen all 4 of them.
So have you seen
Yeah.
the
You haven't seen the 4th one yet? You got to see the 4th one.
fourth?
You know,
damn worried about that dog. I don't want to.
you got to watch them. You got to watch. They're good. I mean,
We watched all 3 of them at our aunt's house in Tennessee. Like I think we watched them all in one day, didn't
And
we?
the
Like,
dog is
one
still
after
alive.
another.
The dog's still alive, and they made you think it's gonna die. I'm like, I'm not pushing my luck because if I watch the next one, they're gonna kill the dog, and I'm done.
yeah. 4th one might hit you in the feels a little bit. I'm just saying. GF3 was a fan made. I heard GF3.
Godfather.
Godfather, yeah. I mean, it's the one that's like they didn't really need for the series, and yeah, it got panned by a lot of the critics and stuff. The projection of 8 monkeys in 4 dimensions and in 3 dimensions. So there you go,
So-
Mal. Figure that one out.
So a barrel. I got it. It's a
Ten
barrel.
little monkeys jumping in
Oh, it's a barrel.
fell off and bumped his head.
Mama called the
Oh,
doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
9 little monkeys jumped in bed.
I wasn't
One
going to keep
fell
going.
off and bumped his. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but
99
Thank you.
bottles of beer on the wall?
No.
99
Hey,
bottles
that's
of beer.
99.
Take one down and
Never
pass
heard
it
that.
around. 98 bottles.
Oh,
I don't know if
you
anybody
passed
got
it
through
out.
that.
Oh.
I don't know if
You
anybody
passed
got through the whole song of that. Yeah, you passed.
Hey, Rocky.
I needed that in there right there because I was feeling good. So
Dance
I was,
break.
I was
Yeah,
asking how long this is. I had to have one hand off screen, but how long is that's how we
Oh,
show
young,
measurements is this long.
that's from one of the songs from back in my DJ day. Young black teenagers tap the bottle, which is funny because the band had no black. There was no black kids in the band, but the young black teenagers was hilarious.
I'm still
And
feeling.
it's a great song, especially when you're
Great
drinking.
song.
Tap the bottle, twist the cap, and yeah, used to love that song back in the day.
I can tap a bottle.
I also like that song.
Tap the bottle and twist the cap. Yeah, I checked out the rest of my 12.3 ABV there, so now I got to crack open another beer.
Yeah, you suck that one right down.
It was going with the flow. It was going with the flow.
Feel it.
It's been a week. Vanessa said it is a symmetric group of order 8 named the Quaternion group. I feel like that's off of V or something, like, or Dune.
You know,
Like-
I've seen that word on the side of barrels. It's obviously barrels.
The monkeys represent the value of these rotations in space. I feel like I'd be intrigued to see a conversation of Vanessa and Neil deGrasse Tyson together, just to see them kind of work
Oh,
through some type of mathematical solution for something. Yeah.
But I want to see that conversation. But I want to see that conversation before I've had several of these, because at this moment it's a barrel. That's my level. This is the level that it's put me at.
No, I'd have to have drinks.
Well, since I chugged my other beer, I need to get another beer, so let me go do that.
Oh no, he's breaking everything again.
I mean, Rod's doing a lot of work off the clock tonight.
We had a bunch of trouble trying to get on the clock.
Well, I know. But it's still
Luckily, I keep the beer close, so that works out well.
I hope he has PTO time.
Who is PTO time?
You. So you're
Why?
doing a lot of work off the clock tonight. Or off the screen.
I said, I hope you have some PTO time.
Oh, Shannon, all I can say to that.
You are fake news.
We're going to go back in for a little bit more Trogs. This is my last Trogs double that I have here. If you didn't see it earlier, double nugget nectar. So, session 9.5 ABV.
Double nugget what?
Nectar. Nectar.
Nectar.
That'd be another one. Nectar. I don't know.
No, it's not nectar.
Are you sure about that? Depends
Yeah.
what part of the country you're in.
I'm kind of
I
thinking
mean,
everything.
Do you occasionally say Illinois and not Illinois?
Absolutely not.
Did they draw that nectar?
Now, I will say Arkansas just to be a dick, but that's besides the point. I'll say Arkansas anytime, but I will not say Illinois.
The only thing I know for sure is that I
Yeah.
Vanessa,
what?
I love that you started with the barrel of monkeys thing. That's so cute.
Mhm.
It's still a barrel.
There you go. It's a comparative. Hypercube greater than barrel. There you go. So what do we got? Question 2 and 4? What are we talking about here, Shannon?
Okay, so Todd, pick number 2 or pick number 4.
2.
What did you enjoy doing as a child that you no longer do?
As a child?
Yeah.
Take naps.
Yeah. Honestly,
Probably,
nap
probably
time.
is true.
Yeah, nap time. I miss nap time. So when I went to college, I scheduled my classes so I had a nap time. I had morning classes and I had evening classes, and I had that midday open so I could take an hour nap, and I was happy. I don't get to do that
Yeah.
now, and I miss it.
Well, after my first semester in college, I learned, you don't do 8:30 classes anymore. So 8:30 was out. After the first semester, like nothing started before 10 when I was in college.
Oh no, I did all the morning ones. I didn't mind getting my,
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
my nap
No
time.
longer do.
That you
I wasn't a morning person. And I had to be
needed
freed up for...
siesta.
What did you enjoy doing as a child that you no longer do? Yeah. Mine would be, so when I was a little girl, we lived in a subdivision, but we kind of had like our front yard was kind of a hill, and we had 2 trees, and I would lay in the grass, sometimes upside down with my head towards the bottom of the hill, sometimes, and then I'd just lay in the grass all by myself, and I'd look up at the sky, and I'd see airplanes flying, and the trees were really green, and the sky was really blue, and it was just, I miss that. That's what I miss.
Hmm.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I like going there with you while you describe it. That was lovely.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mine would be going to the park and going through the trails and down to the creek and stuff.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the Silver Creek or whatever,
Mhm.
back in Lapping. Just kind of
Yeah.
going through, you know.
Being an explorer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Todd the Explorer. Move over, Dora.
Yeah, that's right. Dora, here I come. Here I
But when
come.
we're kids and we don't realize the world is that big,
Uno dos
that's what we
tres.
are. We're exploring. We don't realize.
Todd,
that.
or Rod, I don't know if kids should be watching Todd the Explorer. I think that might be a bad idea.
Well, I mean, it depends if it's
might
after
be
10
a
at
lot
night,
smarter.
it might be a little different.
I mean, they'll learn something all right. I just don't know if they should be learning it that early. That's my concern.
Is it really ever too early, though?
So, Todd,
Sometimes-
when you were
That makes it a little worse. John. That statement makes it a little worse.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it is.
All right.
so when you were a kid, Todd, did you make like forts and stuff in the woods, like with cardboard and everything, cardboard boxes and stuff? That's something.
Yeah, you should have seen his curtains.
I was going to get past an episode with not mentioning curtains, but I guess not.
Here we go.
No.
Good
I
job,
gotta give it
Mal.
up.
Good job.
That was a good one there. That worked out well.
No, I would never use take cardboard, but yeah, we'd build shit back in the woods and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
the cardboard, as soon as it rains, it's screwed. You got to use wood. There's found wood everywhere. You're fine, but
We'll try to, you know.
Cardboard.
I made little houses of. We had like our front porch had like a little. It was like a half moon, and it had like a little flower bed around it, and they used the big mulch chunks, like they look like bark. And I'd go sit on the front porch, and I'd I'd sit there and look at all the ants, and then I'd take those pieces of bark and I'd build little houses for the ants.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I mean, is it or is it just sad?
Also, also remember going to my aunt and uncle's house. Their backyard backed up to like a creek, and it was like wooded and stuff. It was like cool. And I remember one year they dug this great big ass freaking hole in their backyard. I mean, they built steps. You walk down into it. It's probably like 6 feet deep, and it was huge, like size of a room. You know, like a bedroom or something.
Hmm.
I don't know why they did it, because I think they were bored or whatever.
I
and they
think
just
you might
did
have had a
that.
dream.
No,
Were they
it's
putting in a septic tank?
No, they
Yeah,
wasn't
maybe
doing
they're getting
anything.
ready
They
to
just
marry you.
they just dug. Why would you need a 6 foot hole
Maybe
the
they're
size
getting
of a
ready to
bedroom to
bury you
bury
and
your
your
knee?
cousins.
But I used to take
Maybe I
found
was
like
dreaming.
branches, boards, whatever, and climb 20 or 30 feet up into trees and nail them in place so I had a place to sit and I could read up in the tree.
Love.
So
Mm.
I was a tree climber. I was all up in the trees. So yeah, I would get 30 feet up and be nailing a board into the tree. And my dad's down there like, get the fuck down from there. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm sorry. I wanted a
Maybe-
place to sit.
If mom, if you're still on and watching, do you remember that over at Carol and Bob's house in the backyard? Big old deep hole, like huge ass room size hole in the backyard.
That's right. Ask mom.
It was like 6
Love
feet
it.
deep. Maybe I'm making it up, but I was wondering if she remembers it or not.
No, but here's the thing, and I mean this in the nicest way. If you ask her to back you up, she's gonna back you up, whether she remembers it or not.
Even better, they don't look so stupid.
Well, you don't look stupid.
No, it's debatable, probably.
Whatever.
So,
All right. We got one more, right, Shannon?
One more question. Yes. Let's see. The next question is:
Yours.
if salary wasn't a part of equating what job? No. Okay. If salary wasn't a part of the equation, what job would you want to do most? Like,
Hmm.
if you could do any job and not have to worry about what it was paying, like,
Oh,
If you
what
could-
job would you do no
Yeah.
matter what the money was? Yeah, if that wasn't a
Yeah.
thing. Wasn't sure if you said salary or celery. I wasn't sure.
Well, it's fair.
If celery wasn't a question.
Are there wings? Are there wings with the celery?
Might be a better question if it said celery instead of salary. I think I would want to take care of elderly dogs.
Elderly dogs?
Yeah, because nobody wants to take care of the elderly dogs. Nobody wants.
I never thought about it before. That's interesting.
Nobody wants, because you see the elderly dogs, and nobody wants to adopt an elderly dog because they're like, I'm just going to get attached and they're going to die. So I would just like to have like an elderly dog sanctuary. And
Yeah. I couldn't do that.
yeah, but
I
if you
would
have
get
a
attached
bunch of
and I would
them-
sob daily. It would be
Yeah,
bad.
but if you have a bunch of them and you look at it you look at it as a way of you're sharing your love with a bunch instead of just one, it's not going to be quite as hard when one dies if there's a bunch of them.
Like the pet cemetery without the coming back.
Well, you can put your labels on it and I can put my labels on it.
You never saw Pet Cemetery?
Yes, I saw Pet Cemetery. That's
Well, they're not coming back.
The
They're
book
not
was
coming
better.
back.
Stephen
Well, the
King.
books are always better because it's in your head.
It
Mhm.
was
That's
great.
me and my brother were having that conversation today about books and movies. And I said, I think one of the reasons the books are better is because a lot of it is up to your imagination and you make it to what is fascinating to you. And it's your story kind of as much as it's the author's story. But when it's just on the screen, it's just kind of like it's all their story.
That's
There's
That's
no
true.
room for your mind to make things different.
Yeah.
We talked too long. I forgot the question.
About the salad, the job with
Oh.
What
that's
job
right.
would you have if salary was no issue?
Dee Dee has a tea time. Imagine that.
Oh, surprise. Good luck tomorrow.
Enjoy, brother. Great talking to you. Keep them straight in the fairway. Drive for show, putt for dough.
I think mine's pretty obvious since I've said it a bunch of times. I know I'm not going to make a proper retirement off of owning a brewery, but I'm going to own a brewery.
There you go.
I'm going to own a brewery. I realize that this is not a money-making, set yourself up for
could.
the future
You
kind of
could.
situation, but I love
You
it. And I
could, but
want
if
it.
you're
And I'm
doing
going to
it
have
just
it.
for the money, I don't think it's going to be successful. Her heart's in it, so I think that will make it more
I
successful.
want it. I want it so bad it hurts.
If I had She Works Hard for the Money, I would play it right now. But yeah, it could have a success. You could have money behind it. But yeah, most of the breweries, it's definitely a tight margin for sure. So
I know. And I'm aware,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that. Chu and I are both okay with that. So we're signed in. We got the long haul going. So
Yeah.
it's all right.
I think it comes down to I have enough. It's like you can do the brewery and yeah, you might not become a millionaire, but you're going to be doing a job you enjoy and it will make you enough money. And then that's
And I've spent a lot of my life doing jobs that I didn't love.
right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I'm like, nah, I'm too fucking old for that shit. I'm gonna do what I love. So that's what I'm doing.
yeah, I mean, your wealth shouldn't be driven by the dollars, but what the satisfaction is you receive from it is what should drive you. So
You're right.
it's like the whole thing. If you give
then the
enough people what they
money-
want, then you'll get what you want later on. That's kind of a whole thing with it.
What about
So,
you, Rod?
oh, for me, I've always said, although that was way before I got into some of the beer stuff. I mean, as far as a job that I would do if the money wasn't a thing, I mean, DJ was always the funnest job I've actually had where I wasn't
Oh,
getting paid for it.
That.
But my dream job is to be like a Guy Fieri and just travel to breweries around the
Oh
world.
heck yeah. Heck
That would
yeah.
be my dream job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might actually be even better. Mine was
Yeah.
gonna be sort of the same lines, like do a brewery also, or
Yeah.
Or
just be a
like
golfer.
do the
Just play
travel
golf, like, just
travel
play
writer
golf.
thing.
Just
Yeah.
go out and play
Yeah.
golf and whatever. Because I wouldn't make no money at it. That's for damn sure. But it'd be fun.
Yeah. You get to a point where it's just like, I was like, there was an old thing that was done before. And it's like, what's the perfect salary for and it's kind of like back, it was like 5-10 years ago, whatever, and they were like $100,000. That's like the point that someone can get to and be fully satisfied. They're like, if you're under 100,000, you're always driving to try to make more to get to the end. But if you're over 100,000, you have pressure to kind of keep what you actually have. And they're like, if you just get 100,000, most people find most happiness there. So it all depends on what you're targeting. It depends what you want. Like
Yeah,
there was a
we're
thing
all so
there,
different. That's just the
well, there
black
was
and
like
white. We're all so different.
there was an interview that was done like with 50 Cent a while back and that I watched, and he talked about like, you know, a lot of people are more wealthier than those with a lot of money just because they have what they need in life. They
And they
have the
appreciate it.
friendship, they have the relationships, they have everything
Yeah.
that gives them the 100% of who they are as a soul. So it's not about the dollars. So you could be, you know, not the wealthiest person in the way of dollars, but be the richest person that you may know because of everything else you have around you. And said most people
Right.
don't see that. They look past it.
Actually, I take my answer back, and I don't know why I didn't say this first because
What?
I always say that. I'd just be a singer.
Yeah, you did want to be a rock star.
No, not even a rock star. I just want to sing. Because I'm like, what profession sells out? Like, say, Taylor Swift, for instance, sells 60,000 tickets, and those
they're
people
all
are
just
just there to
for
see
her.
you, person. You know, you person. If you're on a sports team, they may be there to see you. They may be there to see, you know,
Mhm.
everybody else.
Right.
I was just thought
Well,
as
that's-
a band. I was just thought as a band or whatever. Like, they're there specifically for you. You know, or
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean, usually it's the singer, but whatever.
Well,
I
that
always,
was
thought,
like
I always thought that was cool. Like, that'd be awesome to know that. Like, look out and see thousands of people just there just to see you perform. Like,
That is kind of cool.
yeah.
I find that'd be awesome.
That sounds like my
But
worst nightmare.
Well, that was like the whole thing. Being a DJ was kind of like
Well, that too.
you were
yeah.
like the centerpiece of everything. So people were there for the party, but they were also to see there what you would actually do. And it was at the same
Yeah.
point you had all the pressure where you couldn't screw up. Like, because the worst thing for a DJ is to get a floor filled and then have people start leaving the floor. So
Right.
you got to build it all up and keep people out there. So then it becomes, and from when I did it back in the day, which is totally different than how they do it nowadays, it's computer driven, all kind. Like we used to carry in all the records and all that kind of stuff, and have to.
Yeah.
So we'd have to grab the record, know what syncs up with what, you know, within a few seconds, match it up so that all the music went together, get it right on the same beat, so it was interwoven between the next songs that they would actually go.
It was more artful.
Nowadays the computer will do it nowadays
Yeah.
for you, but yeah, so it was kind of like finding that and to keep people actually still grooving and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I mentioned like when I went back to Morgantown back in like I forgot it was like maybe 10 or 15 years ago, whatever. I went back there and we actually caught up with some old friends and we went out to a few of the bars. We went to one of the bars and the DJ had been there working, and my buddy was like, you know, he used to be a DJ over the radio station, all that kind of stuff. And he's like, oh, really cool. He's like, you would come in and DJ for a little bit like that. So I haven't done it for a number of years, but yeah, I'll give it a shot or whatever.
Why not?
And-
yeah.
And when I went on, like nobody was dancing. And I went in and saw what he had for music. I started putting stuff together and people started dancing and stuff. And it was just that rush came right back to you to be able to like know how to get people
Spreading
moving and
happiness
grooving.
joy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you look
And
at
it-
it,
and
you're
it-
like, I'm making these people dance, kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm playing.
And
the
he
music
was-
after. So I mean, in a sense, it's the same as kind of like being the singer or whatever.
Yeah. And the guy was like, hey, anytime you want to come back, feel free. You're anytime you want to come back and get on the DJ booth, you're good to go. Like, yeah, because I was like, it's just like
It's
it
gratifying.
hits you and it's just like the rush of everything like that and everything. So yeah.
You know, it's
It was
funny.
a cool experience.
What was
That's
it?
cool.
Tuesday or Wednesday night? I don't remember which. We stopped at this little pub, kind of a dive place, you know, but nice enough. There was a group of ladies, about 6 ladies, that were obviously there after work, you know, happy hour kind of thing. And Chu and I were sitting at the bar, and I have Touch Tunes on my phone, which connects with the jukebox, right?
Mhm.
So I started actively trying to select songs that would get them to sing along. So I was being very careful in my selections, and so the bartender does moonlight as a DJ, and he was kind of keeping track. He's like, "Yeah, you got him with that one. You're doing okay. You're like at 80% or whatever." And like, I must have done like 10 different songs trying to get those ladies at the table just to be like, yeah, and like start singing along and stuff. It was so funny for me. I had such a good time just messing with them. And I don't think they knew that I was doing it. I don't think so. But they were going, man. They were having a good time. So it was nice. I enjoyed that a lot. And I gotta figure, you know, those moments where as a DJ, you know, you get the whole crowd going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Well,
cool, you know?
I mean, you look at it, and it's, you know, with the DJ, you're finding a song to get people in the groove. Just like as we talk about beer, you're finding a beer to get people involved on stuff, which kind of me doing that translates over to me kind of sharing stuff on the beer types, but it's kind of like you zero in on it or whatever. Right. You start to do that. And, you know, when you're in there at DJ booth and you're DJing and you start seeing the heads nod, it's like, okay, it's like a fishing, right? I got you the hook now.
I did it.
And it's like, you do this, I do this. And it's like, you drop one thing and they're like, oh, that's my song. And it ain't on the dance floor, right? So it's just,
Like
you steadily build it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a great rush. I mean, it was fun. It was one of those things. And one of my friends from college, he's actually out in California now, but he's still a DJ and stuff. He loves it. He enjoys it. He packs people in. And it's just like, yeah, it takes a number of years to build up to where you have that type of lifestyle. But early on, you're like not making as much dollars. I was like, oh, well, I'm going to go and get into the financial business, right? That everything, because I'm not going to make as much DJing on this and stuff. But yeah, that's such a fun time. So, and like even like there was an interview I saw with Shaq. Like Shaq's the DJ now, Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh wow!
And he said the reason he got into it because he got the rush from what he used to get as a player coming into the basketball game because of all the people, and that got him into DJ because he went that rush back, even though he couldn't do basketball anymore. So he learned from like a lot of different DJs on how to DJ. Well, but now he does that now.
Well, they put out an album also, so.
Well, he did that back in the 90s. Yeah, the whole Shaq Fu. Yeah.
Yeah, Shaq Diesel.
Shaq Diesel.
Vanessa said teacher for her. The teacher's always a noble position there. The most picture of Porky is better.
I teach as a manager every day.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of people teach and don't realize they're teaching when they're trying to pass along good information to people, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Trying to make people better. Emerson said the motion picture of Porky's was better than the novel was based on the possibility of Porkin circa 1943 author on. When you got to visualize.
There's a bar by my dad's called Porky's. I don't think it's related, but it's called Porky's.
Not unless it was in the Deep South. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a deep dive bar. I mean, if you want to go that way, that's dive. That is a dive.
Good old Mrs.
Worried about the bathrooms.
Mrs. Ballbreaker. If I could just see it, I can identify it.
I love dive bars. Those are my favorites.
Oh, Porky is such an 80s movie.
Agreed.
Arius in the house. Cheers, my friend. Happy Thursday to you as well. As we are here drinking and laughing and talking as we head into the third hour. If you're new and you haven't been here before, let me tell you what we do.
No champagne or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer. No champagne or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer.
How about another verse?
Does this guy know how to party or what? Huh?
64, give you more entertainment on the block. Black top, don't smoke the pills, but if you think it too slow, you might catch a steel top. Just keep the cycle moving, everything's be fine, and the 40 stop see until I finish my car. Come on, let twist the cap, come on, let twist the cap, get it back. Come on, let twist the cap, then everybody do because the movie on that.
Oh yeah, baby, yeah. So we're having a good time tonight. So you know.
Round. Oh wait, sorry, not the right song. I'm sorry.
No, it reminded me of that one. Reminded me of when they remember when the Cosby Show had one intro, and then they switched it to just like the saxophone and the music. That's what that reminded me of. It's like,
Yeah.
well, they didn't do that, but you know.
I may get a copyright strike, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
That sounds like a tomorrow problem, not a today problem.
That's true. That's just all about having a good time.
Copyright strike, then you poop.
Well, not a copyright strike, but a can't monetize type strike. I never get with the copyright type
I'm
thing.
not
So
even
they're like, oh, you
remotely
can't.
monetizing, so it's not really an issue.
Don't you have over 500 subs?
No, we're close.
I thought you were over 500 because you're over 500. You can actually do stuff now.
No,
They lowered
close
the
to
number.
500, but we're not there yet.
Okay,
But again,
You're-
we had-
you're
we had a
approaching.
year off. So you know,
Oh, do we want to do beer news? We haven't done beer news yet. Do we want to do beer
Yeah.
news tonight?
I would love to do beer news.
Are Shannon and Todd going to come out of the disco room, or are they going to stay in the disco room when we do beer news?
Once you go in the disco room, you stay in the disco room.
Oh, I like that. That's like Vegas.
Yes. But we can listen to beer news in the disco room.
But-
There's lots of things you can do in the disco room.
But you know, there's no sex in the champagne room, though. No
That's a
sex.
good thing we're in the disco
None.
room then.
None.
That's what Chris Rock said.
I
And
love
Will
that
Sm-
so much.
and Will Smith said,
Will Smith said, "Let's get jiggy with it." He didn't care.
"Keep my wife's name out of your."
He said that.
All right, beer news. Beer news. What do we got for the beer news? Three Floyds, a little spot in Indiana that you two may know about.
Mm-hmm.
They're unleashing their bold year round West Coast style IPA. So this is going to be a new year round offering. Turbo Reaper, medium body, 7% ABV, tropical and citrus hop flavors, moderate bitterness, and notes of pineapple, grapefruit, and mango. I may
Oh my
explode.
God.
That tastes so good right now. It just sounds.
Where are they playing tropical on a West Coast, though? I mean, that's more of a hazy thing, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't usually get tropical on my West Coast. It's usually pine forward or like that resin kind of thing. That's
Are you going to
interesting.
rain on our? Are you going to rain on our parade?
No, I'm actually trying to start a discussion.
Turn around. Every now and then. Turn around.
That's awful.
You don't got to rain on our parade. Yeah, I know what you're saying there, though, with the whole West Coast and it's Three Floyds. It's Three Floyds. I give them like carte blanche to do what they want to do for the most part, except, come on, Black is Beautiful wasn't a stout. It was a black IPA, and I want you to admit it, Three Floyds. Outside of that, outside of that,
Just call it what it is.
so just call it what it is. You just mailed that one in, you son of a bitch. But anyway,
Label on it,
yeah.
like, okay.
Or like Taylor Swift, call it what you want to.
I know no Taylor Swift song, but I'm going to go with you on that one.
No, she just signs their name, and then that's it.
Hey, we're all on our own narrative, and they're all right.
I love Shannon.
They're all right.
Don't we all? Don't we all? What are you eating over there? What do you got, little? People watch the show. They're
We
like,
waited until her mouth was full. Have you been a waiter? That's what we're supposed to do. Like, we wait until their mouth is full to ask if they need anything, and then they can't answer, so we just leave.
I thought that
like,
was Todd's
that's what
job,
waiters
but never mind.
Oh, so bad.
No, this is some kind of an eggplant pasta from a restaurant my friend works at.
Oh, nice.
Very good.
No, because people watch the show, they always get hungry, and I'm like, this is why do people get hungry? They're always like eating
I
or
know, it's
talking
like,
about
man,
eating.
it's like, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
some chips. I'm getting hungry.
Good.
Ooh, what is that one? Let me pull this down here for a second. Oh,
Yeah.
450 North. Oh, yeah.
So it's
But
the
the-
Orange Cream Dream
It's having a flavored
Ooh.
water.
Baggy series, what they call it. Double orange, blood orange, vanilla, cream, and marshmallows.
Mm.
And the ABV is, if I can see it on here.
I'll
Is it
go with-
legit
I'm
ABV?
thinking
I know, I was
3
gonna say, yeah, let's see what the
The suspected ABV.
You my reading glasses?
no, it says 5.3, I think. So
Mm.
it's hard to
Oh,
It does say 5.3.
well, it's a lower beer, so that makes
Yeah, well, I mean,
sense.
yeah, it's a smoothie, which is better than the 12 or whatever they used to say it was.
Yeah, yeah.
But still, though, 5.3 for a sour is not bad. So
5.3 from anything from any smoothie beer is good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once I got in all that
The old,
trouble,
the old smoothies. I've had 40s, and I feel okay. I don't think they're actually what you said they are. Yeah,
yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. Like,
but yeah. To Mal's point earlier, it's kind of interesting being a West Coast talking about the fruit citrus flavors because that's usually more to the East Coast style. But we'll actually see when that actually comes out there. But Three Floyds, I enjoy Three Floyds, so I'll be looking forward to actually checking out that beer.
like smells like the
It
dreams.
smells like creamsicle, but it's not
Creamsicle,
banana.
yeah.
Banana.
Doesn't have banana. It didn't say banana.
Banana sickle?
Well, then they shouldn't have made it
I didn't say-
yellow. I
It's
mean,
orange.
well, whatever.
Double orange, blood orange, vanilla, cream, and marshmallows.
I
But if you-
mean, if it
You
was
look at the
banana,
can, you
if it
think
was
there's
but
bananas in it.
if it was bananas,
Oh, Jesus. Hey, it's not really that important. We can just move on. I'm glad it's oranges. It smells amazing. I'm happy about it.
It's bananas.
yeah!
B-A-N-A.
You don't like Gwen Stefani or something? What's going on there? You just like
I
Now
feel
you're
like-
taking it to a whole other level.
you were very against the whole shit is bananas. That's all I'm saying.
Guys,
Straight up like a creamsicle.
I went
You're
all
right,
the-
Oh,
That's
it looks orange like a creamsicle.
Hmm?
I went all the way downstairs for a beer. And I
Miller
got all
Genuine
the way
Draft.
back upstairs. And I opened the door and I dropped the beer. And now it's all shaken up and I can't have it. And I have to go all the way back
Hit on
downstairs
the cup of it.
Why can't you have it?
because I just dropped it. It's gonna
You
fizz
did.
all
You
over
tap
the
you,
damn
you
thing.
tap it on the top. You tap it on the top. Think
You
you,
open
you
it
know this.
slowly.
You
Open
you
it
know
slowly.
this. You
not
tap
good
it on the
enough.
top.
I'm wearing work clothes. That's not good
You
enough.
you tap it on the top and then you open it. You're fine.
have
You don't know
two
this?
pads.
I'm gonna get sprayed no matter what I do.
Tap it on top or just get another beer.
I
Luckily,
want to say
I'm
that.
nearby.
I'm gonna let that's what she said go by on that one. But
Go slow, go slow.
that's what he said.
No,
I
that's
saved
what she
myself
said.
from the
That's
spray.
what she said.
That's what they said.
And you know what's funny? You guys are laughing already, and the
I
beer
think
is
it was-
called
I mean,
Hurry
we
Hard.
already missed it.
Just so you know, it's called Hurry Hard.
Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up.
The shit up. It's called Hurry Hard. And
Hurry
yeah,
hard.
It's an amber lager, also from Ontario, because it's another lovely thing sent to me from Shane.
Hell
You got it open and it didn't.
Would they quit
I'm
selling
having,
beer
a,
in
I'm having
Chicago?
a
What's going
Shane
on?
beer evening.
A Shane
5%.
beer evening.
I am 5% Ontario, Canada.
Well, there you
And
go.
it's all about hockey, apparently. Hurry Hard is a hockey thing. I don't know. I just have a
I was
beer.
not thinking that before. I was thinking it might have been on one of the ED commercials, you know.
No,
The pills kicked in. So let's go. All right. So let's see. Beer news. Let's go to the second one here.
I got a kitty.
Oh,
I see that. Usually you don't let the cats in.
No, I forgot the door open when I dropped the beer. I was too sad.
What's the kitty's
So
name?
This one's Sammy. Hey,
Hmm.
Sammy.
Oh, I want a little Sammy.
She's my baby. She's my lap kitty.
Good luck, right?
okay, are we on the pets now? What's going on? Like just trying to figure it out. I
sorry.
mean,
Hey, when you have an opportunity for the cute, you go for the cute. Yeah, shit, Sammy's or Lily's in here too.
cats are fickle though.
I have all the cats.
Behave or be gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cussler Bruins Southtown Beer Garden tells parents to control their kids. So, you know, I haven't been to a while where I've been to a brewery where kids are running around like mad kids running around. I got no problem with Cussler Bruins. And apparently at the brewery, they set up a little area outside where you can have like a little playground type thing. But parents go to the brewery with it, they bring their kids. They're not watching their kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the kids become little hellions running around doing stuff. And my whole perspective in the past has been, why are you even bringing a kid to a brewery in the first place? But I understand you want to get out. You got no babysitter. You want to have
Yeah.
a kid. But if you're going to bring the kid, that's your job to make sure
Right,
the kid's doing everything. Don't have your kids running up and down the aisle, knocking
Right.
over shit, busting up shit, like trying to talk to people they don't even know who are trying to enjoy their beers. And now it's like, who's this little munchkin in front of me? We don't need that. We don't need that. We're just there trying to
I
unwind.
cannot tell you how many times I've had to talk to parents about, hey, your child is literally out in the back beer garden by themselves right now, playing with the
No,
fire
like, Jesus,
people and
I wish they were
propane.
farther.
Could
Yeah.
you maybe keep a better eye on them? Like I do it all the time, and then the people with the
That's
strollers,
true.
like the double wide strollers, they're mad that their double wide strollers won't fit down our aisles. Our aisles are 88 sufficient. It has to be like 32, 36 inches for wheelchairs to go through. If your stroller is wider than a wheelchair, not my problem. No, you can't bring your stroller in. We have 10 goddamn tables. No room for you. I'm sorry. We have a total of 3 high chairs. If all 3 high chairs are used, you're holding that kid. Not
Yeah.
my problem. It's a goddamn brewery. Damn it.
Right?
It drives me batty.
So it's kind of like a whole thing there where it's like, I'm on the side of Cussler Brewing. I'm like, I understand why they said it. And it's like, they put a thing out there, but at the same point, it's not like, hey, we made this playground area, just let your kids roam free. You need to still keep an eye on your kids and stuff too. And it's just like, and it's funny, like I'll see kids like running through and just, when I used to go to some of the breweries like in Cincinnati, kids would run through and trip over stuff or, you know, it's like, who's watching these kids? So I can understand their point, but my feeling has always been like, if you're going to bring kids, make sure you take care of your kids. Pay attention to your kids. It's not anybody else's responsibility.
We did a fundraiser for a little league team, and the whole little league team and all of the parents and all of the coaches and everybody got together as a fundraiser in our beer garden, and they were raising money for the team. Fine. We had our bags boards, like, you know, the cornhole bags,
Mm-hmm.
had the boards out for a day and a half. And the little ones decided to jump on those
I was going
boards,
to say they were jumping on them.
and they broke both of our boards.
Mm.
And they didn't bring it up. We didn't notice it until they were gone. And we can't have boards now. But all of the they were all in the same space.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone's there. Why did our things get broken? And
Yeah,
nobody mentioned it? Like, not a word?
Pay attention.
I don't know. I just,
Yeah.
kids don't belong at breweries. I'm sorry, they don't. I know we
It's like-
have a restaurant, we have good food, but Jesus Christ, it's a goddamn brewery.
It's like, I don't mind kids
Yeah.
being there, but it's like, pay attention to them. Don't be
Yeah.
there for everybody else to watch your kids while you're trying to drink beers and whatever.
Right.
You brought them, so
Right.
take care of them yourself. Like, you know.
And when
Yeah.
the server's coming
But I-
through with a tray of food and, you know, drinks, having to dodge around children who
Yeah.
are weaving through. No,
Like, if-
none of that should ever happen.
And if you can't take
I'm sorry,
control
this
of
is
them,
close to my heart, man.
don't bring. And don't
I
bring.
love
Me?
kids are assholes.
Me at a brewery, here's how I would actually handle it.
Oh boy.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
if I saw a kid there.
No.
Sorry, I wouldn't be that bad, but I had to play it. I had to play it because I like Arlie Emery. I try to get him into every show.
I'm really
so.
glad you're really getting some use of your side of what is it? Your soundboard tonight.
I'm trying. I've got it, so I mean, I might as well do it.
You tonight.
I'm like a sun that's rising. I'm like a sun that's just rising over the hills right now. It's like rising sun, baby. Just let it rise.
Yes, I agree, Rod.
This is me doing the rising sun right now. Just let it all just
What's the
rising. It's rising. But then the Valkyries, they got to speak too. The Valkyries need their time. So let's bring them all out. Bring them all
Yes,
out.
let's bring them all out. Yes.
Oh my goodness. You guys are silly.
Me and Rod
That's
can
the
speak.
bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
I need to get some so cold beers. All right, so next story we got here: Great Lakes Brewing Company. Love Great Lakes, Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland. They have plans for their 2024 total solar eclipse. I don't know if you knew this or not. Oh, I gotta get Eclipse of the Heart. I need Eclipse of the Heart for next week before the solar eclipse takes place.
Ew.
It includes a brew pub party and 2 special brews. They're coming out with their vanilla blackout stout, which is a variant of the blackout stout, and the Path of Totality 3:13 p.m. Schwarzbier, which I've never seen Great Lakes do a Schwarzbier, I believe. So these will be coming out, I believe, March 22nd in time for the total solar eclipse that will be taking place. I don't know if you knew there was an eclipse on the horizon. Yeah. I've had a few beers, Shannon. Just a few beers. Come on. Shannon is that
because that sounds like something I would say.
we talked earlier about that person that would be in the room to correct somebody, and that would be Shannon. That would be Shannon.
No, not to correct. I just, it makes me feel good because I would totally say that. I'm not trying to, I'm like, I understood what you were saying, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean it to feel like it. I just love it that it's affecting you the way it could affect me, and I make come up with their own dictionary.
But in March,
Eclipse of the heart.
The Toller eclipse.
Yeah.
Yes.
oh. But in March, we do have a total solar eclipse that will take place. So Great Lakes is one of the breweries coming out with beers. I saw a couple others coming out with beers too. So it'll be a little celebratory event, I guess. They're going to have stuff if you're in the Cleveland area at the brew pub, but if not, you might be able to see these beers or wherever you buy beers at.
450 is having a thing where you can go up there because it's supposedly like the full eclipse to be seen in Columbus there.
Cleveland has the full eclipse too.
So yeah, I think it probably honestly like on the same horizon.
The Toller is a Toller eclipse. Toller.
It's a Toller eclipse. Yeah. Toller. Let's be specific now. Don't be messing around.
The only place you can see the Toller eclipse is in Baltimore, Maryland.
Sure. Very true.
And it depends on how many stouts you've drank.
And you might be able to see it now if you're not, just saying. Good.
Hey, you know what? It's a party.
Ron was spit it out, Ron. Spit it out.
So I'm happy I ride to your friends, Mal makes their case for child murder at breweries and wins.
Yes!
Oh God!
On that one thing you ever said.
Don't underestimate Mal.
Oh.
didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
Yes. I think that you should name a beer called Case for Child Murder.
Oh my gosh, that would not be good. Although
I bet it
I'm
would
thinking
be,
that
though.
I'm thinking Android Theory because they do beers like that. They'd probably be interested.
So,
Yeah.
what if you did a beer of such a high ABV that you called it Baby Killer because people couldn't have sex after the beer?
No, I would call it. I
Mm.
would call it.
Or they would have sex after the beer because it was so good.
No.
Oh no, it's too high and they
No,
can't.
I
What's
guess.
another
They're
word?
incapable.
What's
Well,
another
wouldn't that be like Limp Bizkit?
I can't call
No.
a beer Limp Biscuit. I can't do
Did
it.
all for the
That's
nookie. What? The nookie. What?
So you can take that cookie and
we have
stick
to
it
come
up your
with a name
shish.
because we can't have abortions, but we can get a beer that's got enough ABV that can give you an abortion, but we can't call it that. So then we're gonna call it something like something to piss Republicans off,
Babies on spikes.
or like
And to all babies.
Angry old white man. That's what we should call it.
Angry old white man.
No, name
I
it.
can
Have
see
you ever sat
as
next to a baby
as-
on an airplane?
Yes.
Have you ever sat next to a baby on an airplane? That's the spirit. Bam.
Yeah.
Win.
As you sit there trying to pitch this idea to a brewery,
Listen, you
I got the perfect idea for you.
I am pitching the idea. I'm opening my own. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Or
Baby
the
kill.
can
Wow.
for that, though.
No, we can't make it obvious because it'll piss off the
I was
old
gonna
angry
say,
white
what
man.
would your can be?
So what we would do is we put a
Well,
hot
what
girl
kind of
on the front
clientele
of
do
it
I
and name
want?
it Angry old white man.
Why do you guys say baby killer? And I think of like a Ice Cube type album cover. So I don't know. I'm just like,
Oh, I got it. Just call it train spotting. Just call it train spotting.
oh.
Baby killer. See? It's
It's
the back end, but yeah, no. It got it done. Oh my god, this is terrible. Everything about this is terrible.
I don't even know where we're at right now. I don't even know.
It's terrible.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, this
I'm-
happens.
I'm at a loss. So let's see what do we got here. NFL Hall of Famer Troy Aikman, which let's talk Cowboys because nobody else talks Cowboys, right? Debuts new beer 8 light lager in Oklahoma. So
Tell me
Troy's
it's
had
an
pretty good
8%.
success.
Tell
No,
me
8
it's
is not. Troy Aikman used to be number 8 for the Dallas Cowboys.
I know. I want it to be
Yeah.
an 8%. That makes sense.
It's as a light lager.
It should
Or
be
an 8-pack.
He should have
It
done
could
an
be an
8%.
8-pack.
Or an 8-pack.
Yeah.
Or an 8-pack.
He's not that smart. He was a quarterback. I mean,
Yeah. You've been hit too
I
many
almost
times.
spat out my beer.
he's a little concussed right now. So, although an 8-pack would have been a great idea if they
know,
did an
right?
8-pack. Yeah.
So you
Makes
could have called me
sense.
for marketing. I'm available.
They
I
missed
know,
the
we just
opportunity
need to
on
call
that
us
one.
for marketing.
I mean, because of the light lager, so you should have a couple more than a regular 6-pack.
Right.
You should.
It makes perfect sense when you think about it. But yeah, so they're expanding to Oklahoma, and I have not had this beer. I'd be kind of interested to see what they actually, if people have had it, what they thought of it, because I heard it wasn't a bad tasting beer. If you're in Texas or Oklahoma, you'll have a chance to try it there.
Who's brewing it? Do you know?
I'm not sure the brewery he teamed up with now offhand, but
Offhand.
he's
brewery?
doing better.
Okay.
He's doing okay with it. It seems. I mean,
I think the name alone, which everybody's gonna try.
Yeah.
It. Oh, Troy Aikman. All right. Kinda
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
everybody and their uncle owns a tequila of some sort.
when they're not buying Dak Prescott beers, that's for sure. That guy.
True. True.
Unless he's doing a lemon shandy, because that's all he's been is a lemon lately. Allagash releases a new seasonal beer. They're going to release their Surf House 5.5% ABV. It's a lager. It's supposed to be crisp and refreshing, but Allagash does some pretty decent beer. So I'd be kind of interested to see how they deal with that one there. And
No, I would definitely try it.
in the craft beer world now, as you know, Mal, too, where you're with the brewery, lagers are something that a lot of craft breweries that have mainly been ales in the past have had to become accustomed to, because that's what's working for consumers.
Oh,
So,
yeah, for sure. I mean, the lagers have taken off. It's been crazy. Though the dry hopped lagers seem to do better
Yeah.
because people are still in that IPA mind. They're coming over. They're getting better. But yeah, there's still the whole has to be hoppy thing. So if you dry hop your lagers, it's going to sell. Nice and easy.
Yeah, that's what she said. Anyway, I'm not running out of those. I'm not running out of those tonight. I'm just not.
It
I'm
was a
not.
scratch.
I feel like you throw
I
that-
mean, I feel like it worked.
Yeah.
It did work. It worked amazingly, Rod, and you just keep using them as long as you want to.
Shannon,
Well, I
where
appreciate.
are you? You're
Thank you,
not out yet,
Shannon.
man.
That's what
I feel
she
like Shannon. I feel like Shannon is like a teacher I had back in 5th grade with her little glasses propped in her head or whatever. Like,
I love it.
said. Got the real work.
You gotta put them down and look over the top of them.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like they're
Yeah.
so big because I like reading, and then the TV comes on, and I'm like, I can't see over them. Like, so now I realize why they make the reading glasses little, so you can kind of look over them. But
Yeah.
you know, first world problems.
New beer coming to the Carolinas will be the first brewed locally with recycled water. Now, keep in mind, other states have actually done this, but the limited edition pale ale is considered a demonstration project and will be only available in tasting events, so it's not going to be sold as of yet. But it's interesting because people are looking now at recycled water for beer now. Go ahead, Shannon. I like the look. The
No,
look that
because
Shannon
I
had
feel like
there.
we already drink recycled water. I think. I'm not sure. I don't even think about it. But now this is a
I try
bad
not to.
branding thing. I think this is a bad branding thing.
Oh, there's
When they call it recycled water, I don't think anybody's going to drink a beer with recycled water in it.
Ron knows what I was gonna say too. It's like there's been worse.
Oh, there's been worse.
you know what
They're-
I'm talking
they're-
about. He knows what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
But breweries are trying to try different things, and
And I don't think this one's a good idea, but you know, I could
as
be
far,
wrong.
as far as things as being green, so to speak, I mean, recycled water is going to be something that's probably going to come down the line for a lot of breweries at some point,
But what's
possibly.
the only reason you would need to recycle water, Rod?
If you have a lack of water, which some areas are being depleted on water shortages right now.
So okay, so what's in water that needs to be recycled?
Well, depending on where it
sewage.
came from.
I was gonna say it could be a lot of
My
things.
point.
Yeah.
My point. Don't tell us it's recycled. Just say
It's water.
filtered water or
Shit
water
water.
from our pipe.
Shit water from the sewer.
Yeah. Recycled water. I'm gonna be like, no thanks. I got a lot of that in my house. No, thank you.
Shannon raises a great point because it's like, who are you trying to fool here, right? It's like, don't tell us it's I mean, we kind of know it's recycled. Don't tell us it's recycled,
make
though.
us
I
think
get
of it.
that. Yeah.
Don't make us think about it.
Oh, they know who
Yeah.
they're trying to fool.
But
They know exactly who they're trying to
Fooling,
fool.
like,
I mean, it's supposed to make you feel good because it's
no, they're
recycled.
pointing a big neon sign to it saying, this water's been through some shit and you probably shouldn't put it in your body, but we're going
And
to
don't
label it
drink-
recycled.
But don't
and
drink
it's
it, so it's
okay.
all better. Yes, exactly. So it's all good. It's all good.
I can't wait for
Yeah,
the
we'll be
commercials
fine
on it.
after.
I hope they ask Shannon to help with the commercials because this is great.
Yeah, I don't think that they will.
It's recycled and you'll love it.
Some people might be into that stuff, so maybe there's a market for
Yeah.
it.
You never know. You never know. Oh, let me check the comments here real quick for the next one here. All right, Trez, cheers, my friend. Great to have you. Have a great weekend as well. Let's see, all water is recycled. Well, yeah, man, yeah. Well, you kind of pointed out there, right?
Well,
Like,
the
yeah,
clouds do it. The clouds do it
Yeah.
a little different than the sewage treatment
Yeah.
plant does.
yeah.
Don't point it out.
As soon as I saw that, I died. I'm sorry. Okay.
Which then brings up the point of Water World. Like, how could they not find water if it's all recycled? Couldn't Kevin Costner find water somewhere? Like,
Oh, that's another one. Water and water.
Yeah, water and water. Now, water is the East Coast thing, so we say water here versus water. Because people when I went to Cincinnati, people are like, "Why do you say it like that?" Like, that's just how we said it was water.
Yeah.
Be like, do you know what I mean when I say it? They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, then drop it, dumbass.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
What do you-
Quit being an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like water. I'm like, I guess
Well,
water.
I'm
water.
gonna go color with some crowns after this.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
want a crown? You
Yeah.
want a crown? Draw me a sad picture about how I say the word. You don't like me to say it that way.
I tried so hard to keep a straight face and I couldn't do it. Sorry.
I mean, there's water and there's water and then there's water. Like some people say that too. It's kind of like, yeah. So like, there's no wood. It's not wood. It's not like we're chopping down trees here. It's just water or water. So yeah. So it depends where you're at. I need to get a beer though before we close out here in a bit. So
You do, Rod. You seem like you need like 3 more.
oh, I could definitely go at least 3 more, but
Four.
At least.
it's like it's been one of those weeks, right? So yeah. Let me grab
No,
a
I
beer real
love it.
quick.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm sorry
So-
Shannon, that I gave you a hard time. I hope you still love me.
I don't even remember you giving me a hard time.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yes, yes. Like, shit, whatever.
Listen. I don't consider it a hard time unless
You remember it?
unless I'm like that person doesn't.
Unless
mean-
Todd's involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
What?
Unless I'm involved.
Well,
then
no,
yeah.
I can tell. I think I can tell when people are giving me a hard time and they're trying to be an asshole, and people are giving me not really a hard, they're just being funny and joking, and you know. And
I'm
there's-
teasing. I'm
See, I
happily
already forgot.
teasing.
I'm good. We're good. You what? No, what's that song by the Hamiltons? The Hamiltones. We cool.
We cool, you cool?
I cool. Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, we're cool.
So this one, I wouldn't call. Maybe this one will be a night type beer, but
night.
Pretty- Critical Assets, 15% ABV from First State. It is a
Dang, Rod's trying to make a point
imperial
tonight.
imperial stout with cacao, not cocoa, but cacao nibs. Coconut. Somebody get Joe on the line.
Oh, and
Cinnamon and vanilla. This is one out of Delaware, First Brewing Company. People were trying to hunt down. And I got a review that's upcoming at some point here with this beer, but I'm going to crack this one open.
When you're talking with Joe?
you have any more of those?
No, because if I have coconut, he doesn't have coconut, it's just not a good scene.
Yeah,
'cause he loves coconut.
It's over
So,
before it starts.
yeah. Yeah. What I
Angry
like
side of
about First Delaware on the backside, like how they give you a ranking on stuff. If you grab their stuff, they kind of give you the dot. So they tell you like very malty. They give you 5 dots for the maltness of it. They give you 1 for the hoppiness
Oh,
of it.
that's nice.
The yeast, they give you 1 there as well. They kind of, I mean, if I could design a beer can, I would design something like this because they give you everything you want. They tell you the hops are nugget. They tell you the grains they use. They tell you anything other like toasted coconut.
I'll remember that
um,
when I open a brewery.
There you go.
Yeah.
You have to have the hard information.
All the cocoa nibs, the sugar, the cinnamon, the vanilla beans. No natural
Art-
flavor mentioned. Just saying out there, folks, for
There
you
you
guys
go.
that run breweries, they don't have
No
to say
beaver
natural
juice.
flavors. They
No
tell
beaver
you
juice.
everything they have actually used in this one.
Yes. No beaver
Um,
juice. Got it.
2-row. I mean, they give you everything: chocolate, roasted barley. I mean, the backside that they actually give you, they give you the storage
Hey, Rod.
temperature that you should store it in. They give you the drink temperature, what you should drink it at, and they also say drink responsibly because they care about you. They care
You know,
about you in
Rod,
the back
Rod,
end.
though, I think, like,
Blow it up,
I-
Rod, so we can see it.
I think that the way you were describing that beer sounded delicious, but if it had cacao in it, I think it would take it over the top.
It does have cacao. It's got cacao nibs.
I know, Rod. I'm fucking with you.
Not cocoa, but cacao. Cacao.
We don't believe you. You're gonna have to
Wait,
see
is
what
that
our
the
way
thing
to
from
make sure.
Twister? The cacao went by? Cacao? No?
Cacao.
That's
cacao.
is that a crow? That's a crow?
That's
Is
it.
that a crow in
It's
here?
a crow. So they should your beers that.
They tell you in here, be a good human. They say be a good human. Please recycle. So they care about their First State is a solid operation out of Delaware. I'm just gonna say they're pretty solid. So I'm gonna crack this one open. They even tell you what glass you should drink it in. They kind of got a snifter glass down here as well, but I'm gonna use my regular glass here because I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. I'm just saying. But they do give you an idea what you want to drink it in there.
Wouldn't a professional do it in a snifter, though?
I can do it in anything. I'm good. I'm solid.
Actually, it's funny when I laughed. My cat hit her head on the table.
Oh, that crack in the beers, like, oh, it's like right off the ball of a bat. Oh, look at that.
Right, I
That's
feel
a
like you're
pour
gonna
right
send
there.
my way just so we can believe you. Need a second opinion.
Look at this. Look at the head on that. That's what she said. That's just pretty solid right there. I can't stop.
That
I'm
would've
on a
been
roll.
fun. Shouldn't have said it, and everybody be like, "Is he gonna say it?"
Yeah,
If
she
you don't
didn't
say it,
say
then
that.
I'd have been surprised.
I'm predictable in that way, but very nice beer. The smell, the aroma, the vanilla, the coconut,
The cacao.
Cacao.
the cacao, cacao, the cacao.
Moo. Wait.
I loved it how he looked up when he said that. The cacao.
I feel like I need some music here to back it up.
I'm sure you got some on hand too.
Turn around.
Oh, bring it in. Bring it in for the huddle. Yeah, baby. Yeah,
The card thing got
this
Twist
is-
the bottle and twist the
Yeah.
cap. I got it.
this is nice. Talk about smooth grooving, body moving, record breaking, body shaking. Oh, I'm about to go Ric Flair in this bitch.
Y'all good?
Just saying. I'm about to go Ric Flair up in the house.
Get some
I
horse.
really don't think I've ever seen him enjoy a beer this much.
Got some horsemen in there.
Yeah, got some horsemen.
Looking for 4 of them.
Baby towel. Baby
Yeah,
towel.
four. No, this is very tasty. The coconut comes through so nicely. The vanilla, the chocolate, the cacao. Everything is in play. I can see why people were like, literally, people were hunting this down. I was at one of the beer stores and somebody was trying to find this, and they didn't have it at the one store. I told them somewhere else where they can go try to get it. But this is bomb beer from First State. This is one of the top beers I've had over the last year. I mean, this is a solid one. So
So how many stars?
Nice.
I'll have the review up coming shortly on this one here. But
Oh, okay. So
Can't give it away.
stay
Yeah.
tuned to
Gotcha.
the next episode.
yeah, but this will be a top tier beer. I mean,
So what do you get those?
It's-
Did you buy that in a 4-pack?
I got in a 4-pack when I got it there, and you can't find it anywhere else now. It's like
Save one.
blew
Frank.
off the shelves.
He's not going to. He's ignoring
I
it.
need
Like
to.
6 times you said that. So
Literally, I need to start doing that because I have too much beer in the house right now.
There is no
You
such
ever
thing.
like? I thought that before, but I feel like now I look at beer and I'm
You
like,
said that when he was in Kentucky.
you guys aren't helping me right now at all by any means. I'm
such
just
thing.
No, I'm
saying.
trying to you can send some,
Sometimes I look at stuff and I'm like, why are
Just
you
tell him
here?
you're
Why
sick of
is
beers and we can move on.
like you ever go through your fridge and you're like, oh shit, I forgot this beer was even in here. I
Yes.
get that surprise like almost every day. Like,
I do all the
That's
Wow.
great. That's
Yeah.
the best feeling ever. There's no such
well, it's
thing.
better. It's better than finding $1 in the shorts in the dryer, but it's still like I got more beer I need to drink.
It's not as good as finding the 20 in the winter coat, though. It's not as good as the 20 in the winter coat. That's
No.
that's
I don't know about
joy.
Rod's reaction. That might be better than that.
This beer is so damn good. It's like you get some beers and it's like you get a 4-pack of a beer and you literally hate to a point when you drink a beer out of that 4-pack because you're one beer closer to not having that beer anymore because
Right.
it's a limited
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's like I really don't want to drink this right now because that means I'm not going to have it any more longer. So this is how this beer is kind of that way. Like every time I drink one, it's like your end days are near, my friend. It's like your end days are near. But this is so good. I mean, it's just a well balanced, perfectly filling beer that comes through.
You got 3 more left, so let's not say goodbye.
No, I got one left. I got one left there for the review. So
Well,
I've paced myself. It's kind of like
so your sadness is fair. Wallow in your sorrow.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the
Wallow
song
in
from back in the
Wallow,
day.
just
It's
swim
pretty
around
much
with that
like
sorrow. Just swim,
It's
doggy
a-
paddle in that sorrow. That's
it's
what you
definitely a sad ballad song at this point. It's kind of like
Sad ballad song.
here we are again on my own.
But I know what you're saying, right? Because I got beers that I've had for years, and I'm like, I want to try it, but it's like then it's gonna be gone. I don't know if I want to try it or not because you can't
And
get it.
if you
Yeah.
leave it there for
Yeah.
too long, you're gonna build it up into something that
No, I know.
you're gonna drink it like
Yeah.
this is the worst beer I ever had.
No, you're right. You're right. But it's like
I-
I want to drink it, but I don't want to drink it.
That's why I don't like this limited edition shit.
Well, it's not even limited edition. It's like a yearly beer or something.
Well,
But
whatever.
I'm just waiting for Rod J to pop out with all by myself.
There you go. That
I may do that on the actual video right now, but I'm like right now as I look back to the other beer that's left from this 4-pack, I'm like
Everything in
Turn around. Turn around.
yeah, it's hitting right here in the feels. It's hitting in the feels right now because I got one left and it's like that's it. So I turn around, I look at it, I'm like, you're the one. You're the one.
You're
Now,
the
see-
one that I want.
See, now you should say that one.
Ooh, honey, the one that I want.
12%.
And then in my mind, it's like the party's over.
What was the ABV on that, Rod? 15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you should say
Session.
that for
Session ale.
you should say that one for like another year.
You know what I like about Emerson's type is that he put the lisp in his text.
Listen, I was like, wait, what does that say?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Horseman.
And-
Sorry, I'm a bit of
You
a
know-
lisp.
That's awesome.
You know, a good thing is if I end up in hell, I know I have Emerson right by my side, so that's good. I
Well, I'll be
appreciate
there
that.
with you, Rod. You won't be alone. You won't be alone.
I'm pretty sure that most of the crew will be there. I just
Yeah.
Yeah, regular Thursday night.
We'll be happy hour 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you all join us down here. It's about to get hotter than what it is.
Like, damn, it's hot in here.
Oh,
You need
we'll
another
have to
beer?
drink hot
Yes,
beer.
yes, I do.
I don't
Yeah.
want to drink hot beer.
Let me see. So on the other beer news, so we got so Anheuser-Busch, they reported better than expected Q4 earnings despite their Bud Light. They keep throwing in the Bud Light backlash, but apparently they're getting a little bit better on a return here.
You
So
know, news story. I had a news story for that, and
Now
got
that
it.
you said that, I was watching TikTok and a podcast of Joe Rogan, and he had Kid Rock on there. And at the very
My
end, he
name
broke
is
out a
Kid.
Bud Light and was drinking the Bud
No,
Light.
Kid
Yeah.
Rock.
That's what I said,
Oh, I
Kid
thought
Rock.
you said the Rock.
No, I said Kid Rock.
The Rock, not Kid Rock, not The Rock.
Yeah.
If you smell, no.
I said Kid Rock.
I know. I you know how I do.
So then Joe Rogan at the end was like, "Okay, I guess I will too." Drink was like,
Well,
they-
Kid
they
Rock
just
was like,
sit there though.
It's like Jesus makes me forgive.
Yeah.
That's why I can
I
drink
mean-
Bud Light.
Yeah,
he was drinking Bud Light down in Nashville and stuff like months ago. So it's kind of like
yeah. It's over.
You know,
so, you know.
publicity. So even Trump is saying to give him a second chance. So I mean,
Oh, well, then we
And
have
then
to. Then we have
and
to.
then like the UFC guy Dana White, he's like saying they partner with Bud Light too. So it's like,
Yeah, but what did Vanna White say?
Yeah, what did Vanna White say?
Just curious. I
I'm
actually
too old
want
to
to
be
know.
worried about this.
she
shit.
just turned the letter. She turned the next letter.
I'm about ready to
Oh, she
retire
just turned the
years.
next letter.
Sniffing pints of beer. I feel like that feels like something like a little bit more different than what actually is. But yeah, it feels like what's going on here? Like, but sniffing pints of beer, glasses of wine, or ripe fruit from a recent study says it could help you slash your risk of Alzheimer's and even treat cancer. So
Could.
what they find in this report is the diactyl that comes out of the beer can actually, I guess, raise your sensor awareness when you're sniffing these things ahead of time.
And it
And
activates
hopefully
the brain.
it activates different things like some of the medication to prevent Alzheimer's.
Should be good.
Interesting.
man.
So I mean, if you're a beer, like when we do beer reviews and stuff, we're sniffing beer and all that kind of stuff like that and everything. But if you're a casual drinker, like the beer drinking thing, and like I try to share on the channel, it should be an experience. Get the whole experience. It's the appearance, it's the aroma, it's all that kind of stuff, and that might be a health benefit for you. So make sure you're definitely enjoying the full experience when you're drinking a beer.
Use all the parts
I
of your brain.
always
Yeah.
do it. Like always
Yeah, use all the
But
parts. Of your
yeah.
brain.
look at it.
But if your
swirl-
server says sniff the beer and pull her finger, don't do that part because that's going to probably set you up for something totally different than what we're
I
talking
only
about.
have 2 servers that would try to pull that joke. I only have 2. The rest of them will not pull that joke. You're safe with me.
Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah. Oh, let me see here. We got Horseman there. The cheers. What is that? Castoreum?
Castorium. So, you guys made me look up things. I'm telling you to look up Castorium.
Is this on Urban Dictionary?
Nope.
Thank
Nope.
Okay.
Just
That's
look up Castorium and see the benefits of beaver anal juice in your
But
food.
you already looked it
Just
up. So
saying.
tell us.
That's what it is.
Why are we back to the beaver stuff?
Because I'm still mad that you guys think I'm fucking making
It
this
wasn't
up.
us.
It's-
It was
it's
Vanessa. It was Vanessa that did the whole cone thing. It wasn't us.
your thing.
Right, you're right. Don't take us down that
For
avenue.
vanilla and
Road
raspberry.
or street, whatever. you wanna
Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay.
Look up Castorium because
Yes,
you
vanilla
you-
does come from beaver something.
broke me last time for me looking up things that you told me to look up. No, I'm giving you a thing to look up so I can share it right back to you.
You shouldn't give them that power over you. Don't let them.
Yeah.
break you.
Don't give us that
Them,
power.
It's you.
That's
You were
right.
part of it. Who
No, I didn't mean
included
to be.
them?
Don't let me have that power over you.
I don't even know what the caster sack is on a
Good
beaver.
Good
I don't
save.
even know what the caster sack is on a beaver.
It does vanilla and raspberry, apparently.
That's why
This is
vanilla
nothing like
extract
this is nothing
so
like the
expensive.
this is nothing like the traffic code now. I mean, this is like
Thank God.
easy. This is easy compared to that.
Give me that traffic cone shit, you ass.
What kind of
No,
beer?
but I'm just saying in comparison, that's like walk in the park. That's all.
Yeah, but everybody has had beaver anal juice in their mouth. Just
Yeah,
saying.
they
Everybody
just
in the
didn't
US
know
has
that's
had
what
that.
it's called.
Saying it.
Just like
Not
recycled
everybody has
water.
done the traffic cone, but everybody has
What
had
kind of
beaver
beaver are
anal
you
juice
talking
in their
about?
mouth. Just so you know. I win.
Yes.
Winter chicken dinner. There you go.
Emerson says, "What did they said about sniffing cocaine? Helpful? Well,
Depends
a
on
little
the
bit different.
situation.
So
A little bit different than cocaine is sniffing the esters from the beer, but you know,
that's a little different.
Or the beaver.
you will be awake. You will be awake. I'll give you that. That'll definitely have a heightened, rise there.
It just says sniffing though, so drinking it does not help then, right?
No.
Oh damn. I was hoping.
Rusty Rail recently announced the launch of Roar, which will be a limited edition Vienna lager. I do like some Rusty Rail beers. So
Just the
4.6% ABV Vienna lager crafted exclusively for fans of the Hershey Bears, which is a hockey team they have in Pennsylvania. Don't care much about the hockey, but the beers. I think Rusty Rail does a pretty good job. So I'm kind of interested to see how they pull this lager off.
Rusty Rail.
Yeah. Boston Beer Company, they announced there's a CEO change, so they're making a change there after they lost some millions over the last quarter, and they're making a change there. So keep an eye on Boston Beer and Samuel Adams to see if they start reevaluating how they're doing some stuff as far as their beers there. This guy, beer connoisseur, drinks 72-year-old Coronation Ale, which he said tasted like Christmas cake. The ale was brewed in 1952 to commemorate the coronation of Elizabeth II the following year.
I think
So he was like,
lying. He's lying.
no, he drank it. He is like 76, I think, and
He
he
drank it,
basically, yeah, no, they showed. I mean, the beer itself, he said, was actually pretty tasty, and he gave some different descriptions on it. But it's like sometimes people ask about the cellar of the beer. You never know. If beer is held in a certain spot, I mean, and it's held up for a period. I mean, beer can last for a good amount of time. And this beer that he had actually done, I think it was bottle fermented, so it was able to actually age as it was in the bottle, and he really enjoyed it. Not just saying you should go out and drink a beer from 1952, but this was actually something different. It was interesting. So he was over in the UK where he actually drank this beer and thought it tasted pretty good.
Did they make like a big deal about him tasting this forever beer? And they was recording it. I mean,
Well, I didn't know. I mean,
like shit.
well, they covered them on a story over there in the British newspapers and stuff about it and everything. So it was kind of like they ended up having a spot that actually found these beers from the coronation that nobody knew they were there. So he ended up having these beers, and that's how it ended up coming out about this story. But, you know, you just talk about beer, and beer, you know, if it's well maintained, I don't know. This one here, he felt like it was definitely a little bit stronger on the ABV, but for him, he thought it was actually pretty tasty. So
He's saying
it's just
Christmas cake, and this is British. So Christmas cake, is that like ginger
Fruit
nutmeg,
cake?
or is that like fruit cake, or like what's a Christmas cake in Britain?
I knew you were going to ask me that thing, and I didn't. I only have 200 characters I can use for the headline there.
Oh, I was just curious, like what Christmas cake actually means in, you know.
I know, but I knew you were going to ask that at some point, and I was like, I probably should have this here. So let me go back and get the article.
Because if it's like ginger and spice, I kind of get it. It's just if it's like a fruit cake thing, I'm kind of like, really? Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. Well, I mean, I
All
guess
right.
it makes sense. I
So
don't know.
he described it as. Let me find it here. Where is it at? He described it as like a Christmas cake, molasses, licorice, and biscuity. Was biscuit, right? So he said it tasted delicious.
Okay.
Now the beer itself, the Green King Coronation Ale, at the time it was done, the paperwork says 6.5% ABV. Although he thought it might have been a little bit stronger as it matured over the time. So
It's around like 35%.
That makes
when you
sense.
drink it.
yeah, he said. Now this guy that did it was actually considered a beer connoisseur because he's drank a lot of beers. He's done a lot of stuff over in the UK. He said from his experience, he said it was very strong. He thought it was around 12% ABV is what he actually said. So,
So it kept
but-
fermenting.
it kept fermenting in a bottle over that time. So there's about 500 bottles that were put aside and then were rediscovered in 2001. So yeah, he cracked it open because of the celebration of Prince Charles being coronated. So
Right.
yeah. So it just goes to tell you, like beer, like people ask, like Todd asked about a double IPA earlier that we were texting back on, like, you know, usually like 6 months or so, but there's some beers out there you just don't know. I mean, they can last for a good amount of time depending on what they are and what style they may be.
Mhm.
Let's see here. We got Todd back. Todd, there we go.
There I am.
There he
Got
is.
you. Todd's still up in the club like 50 Cent.
Yes.
Kansas City's newest tap room doesn't sell beer. Instead, 24 flavors of kombucha. So my question was going to be for you guys. I have not tried kombucha yet. I don't know if you guys had. I feel like it's something kombucha.
Me either.
No, it's kombucha. And we have
Definitely.
several tap rooms in Chicago that just do kombucha, and it's like a boozy, intense sour wine. So yeah, but I mean, we've been to kombucha tap rooms, and they're not bad. I mean, it's like going to a place that does open fermentation sours. Like that's the kind of flavor you're going to get. But they're pretty tasty, and I think they're probably a little healthier for you than some of the beers that I drank. But yeah, kombucha is fun on occasion. I still prefer beer, but I don't have any issues with it.
Do you think this might be something to impact the beer market and more people are starting to look at kombucha?
You know, I think we're in a moment where everyone has access to everything, and therefore everything is getting known. So I don't see it as a real impact to the beer market just because so is Sprite, and so is, NA beers, and so is this, that, and the other thing. I mean, we're finding out about all the things that exist in small areas because of internet and connectivity and all that stuff. It's a fun alternative. If you want to drink and you like that flavor, then yeah, go for it. I mean, but also maybe try some of those open fermentation sours, because I think you're going to love those too. I just think it's another option. I don't see it as a detriment to anybody. It's just another chance to try something different. So, yeah.
I haven't tried them as of yet, so I'm just kind of curious what your guys' thoughts were on them. So
I may be wrong in this. Someone call me out if I'm wrong, but I do believe they're also gluten-free. So
I think they are actually, yeah.
Similar to ciders. So people who are celiacs and stuff who can't have gluten, they can have the kombucha. And if you can't have beer, well, that is a great alternative for you as well. So, I mean, I know there's gluten reduced and all the things, but if you're celiacs and like serious celiacs, you can't have gluten reduced. You have to have gluten free. And this is a good option. It's kind of fun. It's a little different. And it's like you take a port wine and make it a little bit tart. I don't know. It's kind of fun. I like them.
All right. There you go. I've never had kombucha. I'm actually interested in trying kombucha. I just haven't tried it as of yet. So
I think you'll enjoy it. It's good stuff. It's just a whole different animal, you know?
Most excellent there. And that's the beer news that I actually had for this week. We're kind of light in the beer news, but we are done with that. So before we wrap up, anything else I want to get dropped out there? Emerson, if I know you're still here, my friend, your question of the night, if you have a question of the night, because Emerson always has the wacky type questions out there, which is kind of fun. So.
I think his question was, what have they said about sniffing cocaine? Wasn't that his question?
Oh, that's not to compare to what Emerson comes up with. He comes up with some.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's
like, you know. He's like camping on the island with one match to light a fire, but you need a beer. So would be like he comes up with some crazy shit in his head sometimes. So, which I always appreciate. I appreciate the creativity that Emerson has.
It's fun.
But it's critical assets. Nothing critical about this, my friends. This is some tasty ass bomb beer, and morning comes early tomorrow.
He kind of was kicking into the Bill Clinton voice there for a minute.
Yeah, a little bit. He kind of snuck there for a second, but then he backed out.
I haven't done Bill Clinton for a while.
That's what the actual Bill Clinton did too. He kind of snuck there for a second and backed out.
It was just natural.
Oh, you made me laugh. I can't do it now, but yeah, I haven't done Bill Clinton for a good amount of time. So, yeah.
You just kind of snuck in and then. Yeah.
What's that, Hillary? What you say? What?
Didn't we have a talk about cigars earlier? I feel like we had a talk about cigars earlier, didn't we?
Like, no, Monica's not here, Hillary. Monica's not here.
Yeah, I feel like we had cigar talk earlier, but we
Yeah.
probably should have gone into more detail.
I wonder if Monica could do smoke signals back then. That would have been interesting. So,
Yeah, Bob. Well,
yeah.
signals-
Wonder
That's
what she's
called-
up to nowadays.
At that point, it's called crop dusting.
Smoke something.
I'm sorry, that was so wrong. Everything
Maybe-
about that was wrong, but I couldn't help it.
It made me think of Napoleon Dynamite. She got those cigar skills.
Oh God, everything is
Oh.
terrible. Okay.
Go ahead and puff on this, Monica.
Yeah. Puff, puff, pass.
Oh. Past the ditch by the left-hand side, right?
Man, who the hell saved the dress for that long? I mean, really? Like,
Right. At least not wash it anyway. You didn't go washing it.
Well, yeah, you do. watch
Emerson
the-
says, okay, it's 1999. You've been sent back for one day. You can bring back as much of anything as you watch in the space of 10 by 10 by 10 feet. What do you fill up on for 2024?
It's 1999.
Okay.
So we're partying like Prince, I guess, because it's 1999.
I've been sent back to 1999 for one day.
You can bring back as much of anything as you want, as you watch in the space, or as you want. Is it
Watch
as
the
you want
space, yeah.
in the space of a 10 by 10 by 10? I'm reading it for Shannon, so she's sitting over there on the couch. So,
I feel like this is a
what do you
mind
fill up
twister.
24?
Shit, I don't
So-
even remember what happened in 1999.
So I
Oh,
would
wait a
be-
minute. He says you can bring back as much of anything you want, not watch in the
That's
space.
what I thought. Yeah, I thought it was one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would be hitting up sports and rock memorabilia and grabbing some antiques and locking them up in the 10 by 10 by 10 space so I could grab them now and sell them. I would
there you go.
I would also be placing some bets. If I knew I was going back to 1999, I'd be looking at, Super Bowl and the major sports things.
Yeah.
I'd be hitting up those bets. But yeah, and mostly it would be sports and rock memorabilia. Try to make a little buck later.
But you get into the death pools because you know who had died between 1999 and 2024, so you can make some money in the death pools as
Oh, there you
well.
Yeah, I don't do that as much. That's
I'm like,
not
I'm gonna
really
need
my game.
I'm gonna need this on Betty White right now.
I know, right? Like just a little bit before the 100th. Are you fucking kidding? Like had the whole thing planned? Come on, just like 20 more days, and you would have had the. Fuck! God damn it! Sorry, I'm okay. It just makes me angry because Golden Girls for fucking ever. This is my crochet kit for the Golden Girls. Not kidding. Betty White's amazing. I love her.
Yeah, Betty White was awesome. It's so funny that the one that played B. Arthur's mom was the youngest of all of them.
I know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she was the first one to die.
Yeah, yeah.
She was actually the first one to die.
Yep. Sophia.
Yes.
Yeah, and Rue came next, and then B, and then
I was gonna say, is Ruth still alive? I didn't know if she died.
no,
or not. Yeah,
she passed a while ago.
yeah.
Are any of them still alive? I don't think.
No, Betty was the last one.
Betty was the last album.
I thought that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Betty was the last one. Sad.
Yeah,
You're
I remember
gonna
watching
end on
that show.
a sad note. You can't end
I
on a
remember
sad-
watching that show on Saturday nights. I remember watching the Golden Girls and Empty Nest.
That was Shannon's mom's favorite, wasn't it?
Wait, I have
Yeah.
a question.
Wasn't that her favorite?
No.
She played a theme song for me the other day, and I didn't know what it was from, and it was
was
"Believe
that
it
the-
or not,
I thinking of?
I'm walking
Oh,
on
that's
air."
Greatest American Hero.
Thank you. I could not
Yeah.
hear. I never
Greatest
saw the
American
show.
Hero.
But yeah, he
Yeah.
played that theme song for me the other day. He's like, "Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?" I'm like, "I don't know what this is." So thank you for telling me. So now I will know in the future.
Yeah, that was a classic show back in the day.
I know.
You were
that
too
was-
young. You were probably too young for that one.
You know what? It's not about too young because I went back and watched old stuff like my whole life. I didn't watch like the new stuff ever. The waiting a
Yeah.
week was not fun for me. But yeah, I watched all the old stuff. I mean, honestly, my music taste leaned towards the 20s and 30s, for goodness sakes. My TV taste
Oh
leaned,
goodness.
pretty far back too. If I could listen to nothing but Billie Holiday and the Andrews Sisters, that would be my heaven.
Boogie
It's
Woogie Boogle Boy from Company B. I know that one.
exactly.
I did watch a little Shirley Temple and Abbott Costello back in the day. I'm just saying.
Oh, Shirley Temple, Abbott and Costello. Oh my God! Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I watched a little bit. Back in the day. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Marx Brothers were my life.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's
yeah.
how I learned comedy was the Marx
Animal
Brothers.
Crackers. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I watched
Animal
a little
Crackers and
bit.
Horse Feathers and Duck Soup and A Night at the Opera. Oh my God, I love the Marx Brothers.
Watched a little Lucille Ball back in the day.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
I mean,
for sure,
yeah.
for
You know.
No, I went far back for
When
most
you're
of my life.
when you're Gen X, TV is your friend back in the day. So yeah. I don't know what Shannon said because she's across the room right now.
Say,
And your parents.
and your parents. She said,
Hey, your parents what?
I don't
He
know.
said TV was your friend. I said, and your parents.
Oh,
Well, we were latchkey
Oh.
kids. Parents were at work. We
Oh,
were
no,
latchkey
no.
kids.
My dad
Yes.
only listened to 1970s rock and only watched like All in the Family. Like that was his jam. I was not there at all. I was elsewhere.
Yeah.
I was further back than him.
1970s rock. Dust in the
Oh, yeah.
Wind,
Well, he was-
Kansas.
he
I
was
learned to
like-
play pool. I learned to play pool to that song. I learned to play pool to Dust in the Wind, Kansas, back in the day.
He thought Kansas was candy ass, but
Well,
yeah,
I mean, you
he
know,
was like Aerosmith and
yeah.
AC/DC and
AC/DC, yeah.
he loved Ozzy Osbourne. Of
I
course.
can still remember when I was a kid. So we had a station. It was WMMR. It was 93.3, I believe, and they would do different album type stuff when album releases would happen. And I can still remember the night I was at my grandmother's house and I was up in the room. I was supposed to be going to sleep, but I was listening to radio before I went to sleep, which is, you know, one of the reasons why I love being a DJ because I got into music at a young age and stuff. And I listen to rock, I listen to rap, and I listen to all kinds of stuff. But WMR was a hard rock station, and it's like, oh, new debut, and it was like 1980 something, and it was Back in Black, AC/DC,
Oh,
and they premiered with Hell's Bells.
Bells. Yep.
And I remember hearing it and just like becoming glued to the song
Yep.
just because the composition of it and it just draws you in. And like, if you ever listen to a Back in Black album, there's so many good things that are written on that it just pulls you in. And if you've got like, and I'm going to say like I'll say like a musician ear or whatever it may be, but if you're into music, that album was a well-composed album and stuff. So
Yes.
Back in Black led me into all the other different things that were on that album. But it was just like, when you heard it, it was just like, for me, like an epiphany of just hearing these different things that were actually being done in this song.
Well, the album started with a teaser, and then you had some like chill songs, and then you had a couple that just rocked your damn world, and then they'd pull
Yeah.
back again, and then they would come out with something that just blasted you away. I mean, it was a roller coaster. Like that album was beautiful how it was set because it was like the fish hook was in you, and you just
Yeah.
pulled forward and you moved back based on what they did. It was beautiful. They
Yeah.
did such a great job with that album.
Yeah. I mean, I could listen to AC/DC, Hell's Bells, the Back in Black album, the same way I could listen to Run DMC and their album. And it was just like, it was just the construction of the different music that was actually done. And that was probably the first time I started to really get into music and hearing stuff. Like Queen, The Game, that was one of my favorite albums as a kid. I still have that on vinyl here. Like,
Yeah.
one of my favorite songs, even on the album, was like "Don't Try Suicide," which a lot of people like crazy little thing. And they're like, "Another One Bites the Dust," but "Don't Try Suicide" was one of my favorite songs off the album they had actually done.
Yep.
And hearing just some of the different stuff that was actually being done then. It's kind of like my appreciation of music just grew from that point.
For sure.
Just hear the stuff artists were doing. Like I would watch the Kiss movies back in the day when Kiss would have the albums, they would do the movies on TV just to hear the music they would do in the movie. Like, you know, it was just like something different. So,
and there are some soundtracks that always stand above the others. I mean, what's the high school, you know, had Cherry Bomb, and like the 70s one that was like the big theme. The soundtrack for this one movie was like insanely good, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's driving me crazy because it had Matthew McConaughey in it.
Oh,
he was the
I
driver.
know what you're talking about. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
What's the movie? It's gonna drive me crazy.
Hang on, I'll tell you.
Of course.
Shit.
It had a lot of famous people in it, like when they were young, before they were, you know, like actual named people. But and then the Queen of the Damned soundtrack was exceptional.
Oh, Queen of the Damned, yeah.
That was a freaking great soundtrack. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And the movie had good music too, but of course the artist who sang all the songs in the movie was under a different contract and couldn't sing any of the songs on the album, so they had to get other artists to sing the songs on the album, which was unfortunate. I feel bad for that artist because he sang his heart out in the movie, but it was a damn good album.
I feel like back then there were so many. There were so many good things that were done with movie soundtracks they don't have nowadays. It's kind of like back then, like the whole movie soundtrack was just awesome things to enjoy.
In the 80s or late 80s or early 90s.
What was it? It was Dazed and Confused?
Yes, Dazed and Confused.
Yes, Dazed and Confused.
That's what was on my lips
that
too.
album
Daisy,
is one of the top albums ever, right? Like, I mean, just 'cause they had great music on there. You could argue Ferris Bueller had an excellent album as well.
Ferris Bueller did all right. I mean,
you want to know something interesting? And this just happened to me the other day. I was with my co-manager, and we had to go to the bank for change for work, and we had to go to ship off some shirts or something. I don't remember what we were doing, but he said, "Hey, take a detour, go down this street into this neighborhood." And I was like, "Okay." So we go down this street into this neighborhood. And he points at this one house and he says, "That's a Ferris Bueller house." I went, "I'm sorry, what?" And he said, "Look, the garage hanging over the ravine, that glass garage, that's the one that the car drove out of into that ravine. That's Ravinia. That is where I work."
That is funny.
The Ferris Bueller house. And I didn't know that. And I was really excited to find that out. So yeah, the Ferris Bueller house is literally a house that still exists in the town that I work in. So that was kind of fun. So he was like, "You didn't know that. You got to know this stuff about your town." I'm like, cool. So yeah, I got to see, you can see the garage like that's on the like the pylons over the ravine, and it's all glass walls. Yeah, that exists. That's a place that someone lives there. So
like
weird.
Rooney
I know.
Bueller.
So yeah, the car that drove into the ravine drove into the ravine that Ravinia is named for, where my brewery is.
That's funny.
That made me very happy. And then the quarry that the Groundhog's Day, when he drove into the quarry with the he's like, "Don't drive angry," with the groundhog on his lap. Yeah. That quarry was by my house too. So
You know, it's funny. I think back on my past, and I'm like, movies growing up of coming to age, being a Gen Xer, and I think Ferris Bueller, I think Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
But I think the one that stands out the most for me is probably Risky Business.
Really?
I feel like Risky Business with Tom Cruise and his friend, and and the line is, "If you can't say it, you can't do it." And it was like the whole "fuck it" line, right? Like, if you can't say it, you can't do it. And I feel like for my generation, that became like a motto, like, you know, it just stuck with it. And then that whole thing, and just like,
well, that's why the generation that came
go for who you want to be. Go for who you want to be. not what anybody else wants you to be, you know, because he's like under the pressure of his parents and trying to go to school and trying to please everybody. He's like, I just want to be Joel. Like I said, if there was ever a movie that they said, Rajay, any movie you've ever seen, is there one movie you will want to see a sequel to? It would be Risky Business. I would like to see where Joel ended up in his life. Because I feel like I feel like that would be a great sequel to actually have out there. And it was just one of those movies that when I saw when I was younger of coming of age, and that was like, that's the movie that grabbed me. That's a movie that would be like,
I can see
you know,
that.
it's just like, fuck it. Like, I can only do what I can do, right? So you try to do what you can and not try to satisfy other appetites. And just like, if you can't handle it, then that's on you. I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's all I can do.
Right.
But see, that's the Gen X view.
Yeah.
And Gen Y that came right after you was like, well, they've already done everything, so what's the point? That was me.
Well, they're trying to find shortcuts at that point, but
Yeah,
it's kind of
no,
like, yeah.
I wasn't trying to find
Yeah.
shortcuts. I was
Beat
just
around
like,
the
they've
bush.
already done all the things. What can I do? I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And then my movie was Labyrinth, which, you know, it was, you know, do the magic dance was my thing. Do the magic dance.
Is Labyrinth that much
Huge
more than
magic.
Willow? I mean, I remember Willow being in our generation, but I don't know if Labyrinth is that much different. I know it's like a sci-fi fantasy type thing, but I'm like,
Yeah. It was the
Yeah.
Goblin King takes away the little baby from the teenage girl because she says she doesn't want to, you know, babysit. He takes away the baby and she has 13 hours to solve the labyrinth to get the baby back, or he becomes a goblin and she becomes his bride. That was the story. Just saying.
I've
And
seen
she
it.
was
I feel like
17.
it was baby back. It should have been. It should have been.
He must have been 35 at that point. She was 17, the actress. Jessica Connolly. So yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Marriage
just thinking
Gate-
if it was baby back, it should have been just a whole Chili's commercial. I want my baby
Baby
back,
back.
baby back, baby back. I want my baby back.
Chili's baby back ribs.
And the movie could have been over just like that.
Barbecue
Yeah.
sauce. Don't forget the barbecue sauce.
Don't forget the barbecue
Don't
sauce.
forget the
Before
barbecue
begins.
sauce.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well then, we are at 11:36. So
10:36. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, in the Midwest, but we're actually in the East Coast, me and Todd at least. So
10:36.
I think we hit the point to go ahead and shut this down, although Emerson tries to get one more last comment in. Don't get me started on Risky Business. Director was bullied to make an alternate ending, and in doing so stole from being a very good movie, from being a prophetic work of genius, predicting the age. I think it was a good movie the way it did. I don't know what the alternate ending would have been, but I think it had the door open to do a sequel, like what Joel may have done in the future from what he had learned from that period of time.
Well, I feel like the alternate ending was slightly less risky, so I don't know.
I don't know what the alternate ending was. You know what the alternate ending was, do you?
Risky business. If the alternate ending was less risky. Come on,
Yeah,
come
well.
on, come on. Give me the funny. Give me. I had a funny. It was less.
Ah,
Give me the funny. I had a funny.
Well,
It
give
was
it to
I don't
funny.
even.
It
I
was
feel
clever.
like
It was clever enough that you didn't know it.
it was a good movie that they. I mean, it's set up. They could still do a sequel to it and be like, you know, where Joel is at this point. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Joe Pontiano was good at the
like
pimp
Joe,
dude. Rebecca De Mornay. Rebecca De Mornay. Yeah. Oh, it was Remorse. I didn't know what the original. I gotta look now. I gotta look up to what the original ending was. So
Mhm.
maybe it turned out a little better. But it's Hollywood, so Hollywood was a good ending. But
I will be honest. I don't think I've seen that movie.
you never see Risky Business?
I didn't watch a lot of movies. Honestly, I wasn't a movie watcher. That
Yeah.
wasn't a thing that I ever really got into. So there's a lot of movies
Yeah.
that, like, for example, Ferris Bueller that I just saw the house. I haven't actually watched that movie.
What? What? What?
I didn't watch movies. I never watched movies because every time someone said, "Hey, let's
Bueller.
watch a movie," I was like, "I have 7 or 8 things that I could accomplish in that time. I'm not going to watch a movie," so I didn't. I did things instead. Like
Have you ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High? No. Oh, we got to talk. Like,
I'm
yeah, we need to
sorry,
get
I'm
you.
sorry.
You're,
We
I
need-
wasn't a
you're
movie
off, you're
watcher.
off.
I wasn't a
You're
movie
done.
watcher. I
You're done.
told you about me going back through the Academy Award winners and seeing In the Heat of the
Macaulay.
Night, which I had never seen, and I wanted to watch Gone with the
You wanna
Wind,
win some
which
pizza?
I don't have it free anywhere right now, so maybe I'll get to it at some point. But like, there's a lot of movies I haven't seen because I didn't watch movies. I never watched.
We got to get you up to speed on movies because there's some movies you should definitely be checking out.
I was always doing stuff. I was so busy all the time that I never getting me to
I
sit
get
down and
that.
watch movies.
I get that. But like, have you ever seen Goodfellas? Have you ever seen The Shining? Have you ever seen
Shining, I've
Jaws?
No,
Okay.
Shining I've seen. I haven't seen Goodfellas. What was the other one?
Jaws.
Oh, that I saw that one. I saw that one.
Have you seen Orca?
I still have a tough fear of sharks. What?
You ever seen Orca?
Yeah, that's the one where the kid freed the. No, that's Free Willy. That's not the same. Those are different.
It was hard.
It was a whale, but not the white whale. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
Um,
was the same breed of whale. I mean, give me points for that at least. But what's Orca? Was that a killing whale?
It's a killer whale, but you have to see the movie to understand it. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. Like, we got to get you to Pulp Fiction. Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
I saw most of it.
So
How do you
no.
see most of it, not see the whole thing?
I might have fell asleep.
Like, what did you get up? You fell
Oh,
asleep
so-
on Pulp Fiction.
I might have. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me.
Well, we know you've seen the Holy Grail, so we're good on that part.
I have.
We know we got to see down
Monty
that.
Python I got the Monty Python.
You never
Most
seen
of the
Casino?
Huh?
Casino? Scarface?
Oh.
You've never seen Scarface?
I saw
Really?
Scent of a Woman. Doesn't that have the same guy in it?
It doesn't. I'll give you that.
I mean, it's close. Yeah, close enough. Yeah.
It has the same guy, right? Am I right? Am I right? Is it the same guy or am I wrong?
It is
Oh,
the
it's the same guy. Okay. Al Pacino.
Pacino.
That
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
I saw him in things.
Cheers, Phil. Happy Friday to you, my friend.
There
Have
might
you
be
seen have you seen Heat with Val Kilmer and Pacino and De Niro?
Oh.
Oh yeah. We gotta have a movie session with Mal at some point here, folks. I'm just like, I'm
Never watched any of the gangster type movies ever.
I mean, wait. I saw Ocean's 11, and I saw
Well, yeah,
wait. I saw the Magicians one where they were stealing stuff. I saw that.
that's
okay.
I did
Mal,
see. I saw the first Godfather. I saw the first one.
but never the second.
And I saw oh gosh, the Irish guys that just shot everybody. No, the Irish.
Keep-
They were
Be a little more
Irish.
specific.
The Irish
They
guys
had
that shot
tattoos.
everybody.
No, the
Which
Irish
one?
guys, and they had the tattoos, and they shot in different, like, oh god, and they did the peep show, and they shot people. Shit, what's
Are you
it called?
talking about
How
Irish
old?
guys?
Oh,
It was-
you're
it was
talking
their
about
Boondock
uh
Saints. I
yeah,
saw
that
Boondock
that
Saints.
that's
I
a
saw
good
that one.
movie. So
And
I'm actually
I saw the one with John Travolta where they exploded the cat and Samuel L. Was it Samuel L. Jackson? I think it was Samuel L. Jackson. And they were in a room and they were fighting and they were angry and one of them was slamming his gun on the table and the kitty got poofed and it was bad. I saw that one. I think
I know
that's
what that one was there, but Samuel Jackson did a lot of good stuff. So it's,
Samuel L. Jackson
But
and John Travolta.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed you saw Boondock Saints.
I haven't
That one.
seen
I
that.
mean, I'm impressed with that one.
And the guy who
I haven't seen that one.
oh the one of the newer Batmans, that guy, he
Christian Bale. Mhm.
yes, he did a movie where he wore a white suit and he just killed all the people.
American Psycho. That was a good movie. I'm impressed.
American Psycho, he wore a black suit and he had his little.
No, he wore a white suit. He cleaned up the hooker kill.
No, you're talking about the raincoat. That doesn't count. No, I'm talking about a
Oh,
white suit. He was an assassin, and he wore the white suit, and he went into this business and just shot everybody in the business. And I don't remember what that
you sure it's Christian Bale?
It was Christian Bale. because he's the one from American Psycho, and I liked American Psycho because he played Huey Lewis in the news when he killed people, and that was fun.
Okay, now I don't know if Huey Lewis feels the same way, but okay.
I saw that one and it was fun. I like that one. I've seen most of the Batman movies. I don't watch the other superhero movies because fuck superheroes. I am an anti-person for superheroes in general. So I don't really watch the Marvel and DC stuff.
You never seen Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr.?
No.
Oh, you never seen Blade with Wesley Snipes? Wow.
I've seen snippets of Blade, but I haven't seen
Okay.
the whole thing. But I liked him as that character. I thought he was really fun.
Yeah, he was good as Blade.
I've seen most of the stuff with Morgan Freeman because I like him. And
Okay.
I've seen every movie that Baz Luhrmann ever did because I like him.
Who?
Baz Luhrmann was a director. He did Moulin Rouge and Strictly Ballroom, and like he did weird Australian like crazy stuff. But he like
Okay.
has really cool artistic.
Like some of the musical type stuff.
Oh yeah, I like the musicals
Yeah.
in general, but I hated Sound of Music.
Cheers, Joe.
Hey
Yeah.
Joe.
Joe?
Joe's at sea. Yeah, Saturday. I'm looking forward to it, my friend, for sure. So I think Joe's still at work right now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be a
But
fun time.
My movie watching is dangerously under par. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Underdeveloped.
It's tough to get time in on stuff, but I mean, I feel like there's some things you should definitely try to see because they're like
True.
classics. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw Cocktail. I saw that one.
That's not one you should have had tried to see.
Well, I mean, they did the cool stuff with the drinks, and I work at a bar, so the cool stuff with the drinks made sense.
I know the whole Flair bartending and Tom Cruise and all that stuff. I'm just saying, you know, you could have watched the TGIF Fridays video on YouTube and been just as satisfied. And probably in a lot less time.
And I saw the one where the adventurer guy goes in the.
Mallory needs to get her movie game up, sons. That's what Joe says there, right?
I saw all the Indiana Jones movies. I like those.
I haven't seen all of those. I've seen
I've seen them all.
Raiders. I think I've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think, and I've probably seen a couple of the other stuff, but I don't know if I watched them all through. Although I did like the one with him and Sean Connery. I did see that one with Sean
And
Connery
then
as his
the
dad.
one where the guy goes Kali Ma and he like takes your heart out.
Yeah.
Kali was actually a deity from way back, like not even a living religion anymore, but she was the goddess of destruction, and she would rebirth the world after she destroyed it. And so for them to reference her made me very happy because I was a mythology buff and that was fun for me. So they did reference like actual deities in Indiana Jones. Fun fact.
Well, here's one question for you.
Uh-oh.
And this might be one that sums it all up. Because if you haven't seen this movie, I don't even know where to go at this point.
Citizen Kane, I saw that one.
No, Citizen Kane. Have you ever seen
Wow.
the Goonies?
It's my favorite.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. If you haven't seen the Goonies, I'd have some concerns.
Piano. They had to play piano to move forward. That made me happy. Like, I mean, oh my gosh, he could do the belly roll. I can't do the belly roll. And then he got skinny and did Stargate or something. And he wasn't as fun when he had no belly.
Chunk.
You talking about Chunk? Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I love that movie. That's fantastic.
Okay. I was gonna say that's like, you know,
No,
that was one of the ones like if you haven't seen the Goonies, I was a little more concerned, but if you've seen the Goonies,
someone saw Neverending Story, they obviously saw the Goonies. I think that's just a given. If you saw Neverending Story, you must have seen the Goonies because Neverending Story.
you would
was
think
weird.
that, but you never know nowadays. Everybody's sus.
But I like the fantasy and adventure stuff. I like the fantasy and adventure stuff. Honestly, I had an issue with real people drama because I would get very anxious, and I have enough drama in my day-to-day life that I have trouble watching movies with actual drama, like people-to-people drama, because like In the Heat of the Night, I really enjoyed watching that movie. It was a really good movie. But I literally, my whole chest and abdomen were so tight the whole time because of like how angry everyone was and how stressed everyone was. It was really intense. And I take it a little bit too much. Now, if we're going horror flicks, I got you all beat. I have seen every freaking
Whoa. Let's not just start throwing stuff out there like you got us all beat there. I'm just saying.
I have run out of English spoken horror flicks. I'm going other countries. I've been going other countries for years because they don't make enough horror flicks.
You think you're the only one that's in Japan or Korea right now? I've been to Japan and Korea watching horror flicks. I watch some subtitles. I got no problem with subtitles. I can watch them too.
I'm absolutely obsessed with the horror flicks. They're my absolute favorite. I will sit down for those. You don't have to pull teeth, nothing for that. It's some horror flicks. Hell yeah, let's go. I want to see all of them and be all the scareds. That's what I want. Which is stupid. It doesn't make sense. But I like the horror flicks.
No, if you like horror films, that works out well. I mean, although your house is haunted at times, it seems.
Oh, yeah. But
well, that's true. Yeah,
they're chill.
Your
They're mostly chill. I don't worry about it. But when I was 7, I saw Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead had just come out when I was 7, and I watched it, and I convinced my dad to buy me a bunk bed so I would be higher off the floor.
I remember you saying that.
I was an only child who had a bunk bed, and I convinced my dad to buy me one. I didn't tell him it was because I watched that movie, because I was supposed to be in bed, and I snuck out of bed and watched the movie without my parents knowing. But it was because of Pumpkinhead that I wanted a bunk bed, because I wanted to be higher up off the floor.
Pumpkinhead freaks some kids out.
Pumpkinhead, Jeepers Creepers, Cabin in the Woods. I actually Cabin in the Woods. He kind of rocked that, kind of being like a tongue-in-cheek asshole about the Ash vs. the Evil Dead. The Evil Dead whole movies, so stupid. Yeah, them to bits. I think they're wonderful. Like stop motion skeletons. You can't go wrong. I can't.
Well, it's like
you wanted to go.
When I was in when I was in 6th grade, they came out with the Friday the 13th movie. First one came out or whatever.
Yep.
And we all snuck and kind of saw it and stuff. Well, they sent us on a camping trip. When we were in 6th grade, and we were camping out at this place in New Jersey outside the Poconos or whatever. And we're in a cabin, a screen cabin, and it's like you had to like a little latch hook, like this little latch hook you put into the little hole, whatever, to keep the door open. Like if Jason was coming for you, it wasn't going to stop anything. So we literally had to sleep in shifts to make sure somebody was on patrol, because we all seen the movie. We all seen Friday the 13th. And we were supposed to sneak away to see the girls on the bridge, right?
Oh, of course.
Well, none of us left the cabin, and you could hear the girls bitching about it down there or whatever. But it was like, we're not leaving because Jason might be out there type. So it was kind of like a freaky type experience. But yeah. But
no, Freddy, Jason, all the regulars, Toxic Avenger, you could even call that
Toxic Avenger. Now, Toxic Avenger wasn't really scary. He was more funny in the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, he was funny. Yeah, but no, I lived for the horror flicks. I loved them. And I loved the Japanese ones, the Korean ones, the ones that are like.
Well, some of those are better than the American ones. They kind of like the intensity is more.
And
some of theirs,
you say that, but it kind of depends, because Hostel. That was messed up.
Well, you watch Ringu versus The Ring, and The Ringu is definitely more intense than Ring.
Much better. So much better. And the Grudge, and what was the Japanese name for the Grudge? I can't remember.
I can't remember offhand, but
it's gonna kill me now.
It wasn't like as freaky as Sarah Michelle Gellar. It was kind of like no, the Japanese version.
The Japanese version was way better. Yeah, it was.
Which reminds me, I got to watch that movie Nope, because I got Nope I can actually watch right now, and I haven't watched it yet. That's on Amazon.
It was called Ju-on. 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 And it was so much scarier than the American version. Now, the American version was pretty scary. I'll give them that. Nah, the Japanese one had us beat way.
When I see PG-13, I'm kind of like, it can't be this. It's PG-13. It's not like it's going to go as far to really freak you out. So I'm like, I need the R at least for my scary movies.
I've watched horror flicks from South America, from Africa, from all over the world. Like, I just love horror movies. They're so much fun. It's that little burst of adrenaline, and I don't have to actually put myself in danger for it.
Yeah.
So for me, that's my little adrenaline boost, you know?
There you go.
I'm okay with the ones that are all the scare factor, that like the one where they were clapping in the dark as hide and seek, and there were things in the whatever it was. I'm fine with the jump scare ones. I'm fine with the storyline ones. I'm fine with ones that are actually like impressive. I'm fine with the ones that are shit. I'm fine with the ones that are old. I just want horror flicks. They just make me happy.
There you go. Well, I need to sign off here so I can actually download this for the podcast, and it's not too long. And
oh yeah, there you go.
I can also get some sleeves of Todd's. Like,
yeah, we can cut off all the movie talk. I don't want everyone knowing what I haven't seen. You can just slice out all the movie talk so nobody knows what I haven't seen.
Next week we'll do the birthday stream for me and Mal for next week, and then Saturday we'll have Joe, the Beer Patrol, who'll be doing. I'll be teaming up with him on his channel, and then I think with Joe, I think he may a streamer, or I can stream it to mine as well. But we'll be talking about February beers and stuff like that, and whatever wormhole Joe leaves us down. So I always like being an interviewee, because I've always done interviews. So I like being an interviewee where I can actually just answer the questions. So that'd be kind of cool there. But make sure you check out the Beer Patrol.
That'll be fun.
And if you're following me on TikTok, make sure you connect with me on the new thing. I'm going to be deleting the other one this weekend, but making a switch there on some stuff there. But I have some good things happen on TikTok as well. But that being said, we're going to sign off here, and then look forward to catching up with you guys next week. And hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and catch up with you soon.
Bye.
That cat can't talk.
Maybe.
That's the old meow commercial. The meow, 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 meow. All right, we are out.
See ya.
Peace.